Well. I have waited so long to be able to say those words. First Touch is back, ladies and gentlemen. Season 4, episode 1. Of course, the usual crew is here. Me, Dazrin, ROCS commentator, Roll Diz, former ROCS pro and coach. And of course, one of the best analysts in the world, T Bates, there at the end. Gentlemen, how we doing?
Oh, it's so good to be back. Me and Bates, a little bit of twin matchup going on right here. We got the do-rags rocking. I thought he was gonna wear. He told us he was gonna wear a Mahomes jersey. So like I'm a little bit surprised right now, but it's a beautiful day and FT's back. I mean, I can't complain. What's up, Bates? How you doing?
Well. Look who's back on your screen. You saw the tweet. You thought they got rid of me. Not a chance. I'm still here. I'm still here to give you all the takes. You got a new RLCS 2020, folks. Saints are coming right at you. And boy, am I ready to get into it. We got nothing but hype to talking about. Nothing but good matchups on the way. Nothing but G2 versus GenG. You know you got GenG over there. He's repping in the Dazzling. But listen, let me tell you something about that G2, though. They reloaded. They reloading. They got something special cooking, but that's okay. Over there in France, I know we got all the Vitality fans. Listen, buzz. Y'all be ready to go. I know Zen still reigns supreme. We get it. We understand. It's all good. I got Carmine. You got Rise joining the blue wall. You got Kameto screaming. He's going to be hype at Lance all season long. It's going to be fine. We got a lot to talk about, and I'm ready to get into it. Before we get into the video, I just have to let all of you know that over 50% of our viewers, 50% are not subscribed to the channel. We are on the road to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and we need your help to get there. So please hit the subscribe button, hit that like button, and enjoy the video.
That's right. We got a lot to talk about. Chat, I see you too. I see all the wells in the chat. Someone said let them cook. Listen, we might let Bates cook, but we're here for a reason. We got to cut them off here from time to time. But it's good to see you guys here for the first episode of season 4. Honestly, thank you guys for all coming out. We appreciate it. We love you guys so much. But yes, Bates is right. We do have a good show today. We're going to talk about ROSTERMANIA, of course. We're going to talk about the shift flop 20. We're going to talk about retirement. Honestly, probably should have retired the flop 20. I don't know.
That's facts.
But listen, we're going to talk about Zen. We're going to talk about MENA. We're going to talk about a little bit of everything today. And of course, since all the yappers know, we're going to be doing a lot of yapping about NA. But first thing is first. I know a lot of you guys, this is the first Rocket League broadcast since we've been on the off season. I know you guys are trying to figure out, okay, what's going on with the new season? How's the format changing? I'm seeing everybody on Twitter talking, but what are they talking about? Well, don't worry. We'll break it down for you right here, right now. ROCS 2024 has a new format. It's an open format, more open than ever. All players, including the pros that were playing at Worlds last season, are playing in a double elimination bracket with you. And by you, I mean, yes, you guys could sign up for the next qualifier for North America right now. Go in and play against some of these top teams for a chance at prizing. But of course, the top teams are the top teams for a reason. Top 16 teams from the open qualifier go into the Swiss stage. After the Swiss stage, they go to the top 8, etc. And they, of course, play for points and prizing. Here are the prizing for the qualifiers. Of course, you see that first place with the $21,000 all the way to 128th, getting $300. So again, everybody incentivized to sign up. Points for the qualifiers go as follows. First place, get that big 16 points as they try to fight for enough points to make the major. And then, of course, 17th through 32nd also are able to receive, just a single little amount, little point. But like I said, the format has been so much more opened up, guys. I gotta get the initial feeling about this. Diz, how do you feel?
Well, I think that everybody that typically goes into ranked and complains about their teammates, you now have a chance to prove yourself. You can now not complain about your teammates, take 2 of your best pals, and go into the gauntlet yourself and see if you have what it takes to become a professional Rocket League player or somebody that Dazrin, T-Bates, and myself will talk about on this show, as you'll see here in the near future. But I think since it's opened up a lot for these players, there's a lot of opportunity, of course, obviously out there for everybody to prove themselves and just compete. Like if you're a competitor, you wanna be in every single qualifier, just going up against the pro players that you finally have a chance if you don't have a chance to scrim against them, which a lot of you do not, so you go up against them, you get a chance to play against your favorite players before they're done playing, like someone we'll talk about later.
Base, what are your thoughts on this, man?
It's pretty neat that everybody has the opportunity to. Well, so many people have the opportunity to make so much money. I know NAEU is 128. A couple other regions is 64, and so on, depending on how many teams and your general player base as is. I know First Touch is going to be competing in the next one, trying to make some money like Turbo Squad did, and as for the squad did, of course, they made a little bit of bread on the side, and it just really gives you the opportunity to go up against the best of the best. It brings you back to the old days of ROCS for all your new viewers when everybody used to be in the gauntlet. You had the opportunity to go up against GenG and get absolutely slapped and to beat you 20-0. But it was an experience, something you could tell your kids, your grandkids, that hey, I went up against the Apparently Jack. You see that guy? See the multimillionaire? I played him one time. That how'd it go? It didn't go well. We don't need to ask those questions. Those are the type of stories that you now have the opportunity to create and then live with your friends. So make sure you go sign up for the next qualifier, and maybe you even go up against us.
Yeah, exactly. Or you could go up against a team like Dignitas. I believe Turbo's Cheeks did just that, as they had some really interesting qualifier runs. I mean, even for the content creators, there's been a way for them also to be able to have fun, earn a little bit of extra money, provide content for you guys. But of course, well, we got some clips. Some of them that Dignitas probably wouldn't want us to see, but hey, we're here on First Touch. Let's show the Turbo Cheeks clips.
Nice, I got it. I got the boost from. I got the boost. I'm third. Middle.
Let's go, Rizzo! Come on, Rizzo!
Who is this guy?
Let's go, kid!
Hey, let's lock it in. Come on.
Come on now.
Game time. I'll try.
Nice. One out.
I'm trying to go.
Yep.
I have. Under me.
We out!
GG's, fellas. GG's. That's our season.
Even the 4-time can own goal, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see there in those clips. But man, yeah, it definitely feels like things have definitely changed. And with some of that change, I know there has been some frustration, but of course, there's also going to be people who can make the most out of it and have some fun, like we saw there in that clip as well. Not only did the qualifier portion change, but even the land spots have changed for teams that are qualifying. Of course, we'll take a look at that right now. I love these transitions, by the way. RLCS 2024 region teams qualify in the Major 1. North America has 4 teams now, and so does Europe. But MENA has gained an additional slot for teams. MENA has 2, OCE with 2, SAM 2, APAC 1, and yes, finally, SSA are going to be able to send their top team of the split into that first major. So big change here for both MENA and SSA. What are our initial thoughts to this, Raul?
I think our initial thoughts to this is NA and EU getting a spot taken, which means a lot less competition, to be bluntly honest, a lot less competition coming into the majors, but a lot more practice for these minor regions with a lot less experience to play against top talent. I go into this and I see MENA initially, 2 teams. We typically always get one of the MENA teams, and there's always a rough battle between the top 2 titans in that region that are trying to always make the major. And now we're gonna more than likely get both of them, or maybe not. Maybe there'll be a 3rd team. There has been an increased amount of competition going on in MENA and teams coming up, so it's gonna be tight all year round. And yeah, it's kind of tough for us NA and EU boys, knowing that we have one less spot competing at these majors. But
yeah, it's tough. It's tough for NAEU because you want to have the best teams at every single land. But I mean, you can't have everybody based off making sure you have everybody for international purposes, and it's also to develop SSA, give MENA another spot. MENA really need another spot, and they got that. So now you're probably gonna have Real One and Falcons more than likely represented each and every land for MENA. Maybe another team could really crack in there, beat one of those teams when it matters most. And then on the end, you got Sam. Sam's gonna be really competitive because Complexity and Fury are moved back there, at least for this season. So Sam's gonna send some of their best, which then it really just makes it to where it kind of in a way EU's the only region that really lost a spot, technically speaking, because NA we were already losing spots to Complexity and Furia, so we basically already only had about 4 spots to work with from the get go. So now it's just EU. They've lost a spot, and you want me technicalities with all the moving and everything else in between. But SSA game one, those addition, subtraction, pros and cons for the 16 and how they've done it. But we just have to see how it all plays out. Regardless, we're gonna have really good teams at the top, and I think it'll be pretty undeniable that regardless of whether NA has 7 spots or 8 spots, the 1, 2, 3, 4 from both of those regions are gonna be really good, and whoever ends up ultimately winning these majors will have earned that major championship without a doubt.
Yeah, I could agree more with that. I mean, looking at the changes here from my perspective, definitely a lot of people have wanted to see SSA be kind of brought in that fashion. I know there's always arguments going to be on that competitive aspect, but still just being able to have that inclusion is going to be very important as this is a worldwide league. While also again, MENA, I think it's fair to say over the course of the last season or so, they have earned that spot. And even going into like those fifth seeds, like how well were those fifth seeds from NA doing versus EU and stuff like that? Definitely room for debate on all of those things. But I am excited to see how this plays out because right now it's easy to judge off face value, but let's see when we get into those locations. I do want to pose a different question for you guys though. Which region benefited the most from the land changes? Of course, there's MENA and SSA getting those additional spots, and of course, EU and NA losing out on one. But is there any kind of is there any specific one who came out on top automatically from looking at face value? I'm going with MENA personally, but I want to know what you guys say.
Why are you going with MENA?
Because I feel like let's just take the top 2 rosters out of MENA, right? We're One and Falcons. Those are teams that have shown up on the world stage and have also pushed some of the best teams in the world to the brink. We cannot forget about the Rule 1 Vitality Boston Major matchup as well. Vitality was on that run, looking like the best team in the world. Rule 1 earned their spot, but they weren't necessarily definitive number 1 in MENA, but they still showed that they could show up with the best. And so has MENA as a region ever since they got into the ROCS. Falcons have made multiple runs in events, and seeing them all perform at the world stage, with Falcons even making top 8 and from Rule 1 being 1 series off from top 8 in the world, I would say that this potential spot here is only more and more beneficial to a region that is proving themselves constantly over time.
You agree with that, Base? You
No, I
taking
agree.
MENA?
No, I agree. What do you think? I'm encouraged to know what you think.
You know, I think MENA's the easy choice here.
Okay,
I truly do.
that's the easy choice.
The direction I'm gonna go with
Is it the right choice?
I mean, it's all perspective. But my choice is North America.
Ooh,
Why do I think North America benefited
tell me
from
about
this?
NA. Tell me about this.
Why
That's
do I think North America benefited from this?
Talk to me.
Well, as T-Base previously mentioned, South America was taking our spots anyways. And guess who gets a spot taken away from them? EU. Guess a region we cannot beat. EU. So
Interesting.
when you put those two components together, that means NA has a lot better of a chance to play against some of the lesser regions that we do not struggle against.
Interesting.
Some teams that we may not go against. We don't have to face maybe KC or Vitality as early this come around, but I'll say NA.
You'll say NA. I see. You know, I like the NA part. I'm gonna go with your NA as well. I'm gonna go with the NA as well. I'll tell you why. I didn't even think about the fact that there's one less EU team, but it sure is. That means there's one less chance, and now NA's chances of getting a higher overall placement does increase. But I do think just in general, and it really has nothing to do with the fact they moved to 4, but most so because Complexity and Furia have both moved back to Sam. Then NA then has really just benefited from that, just in and of whole. Because that's 2 spots that have opened up. I think it's very fair to say that Complexity had a really good chance of making and taking the spot. And at all the lands for NA, at least being one of those 4 teams. I think it's very fair to say that Furia also had a solid chance at taking one of the spots. But now they're both moved back to Sam, which then will open up more spots for NA, just natural addition and natural subtraction of 2 of those really great teams. 2 more teams that may now have a chance to make a name for themselves, prove themselves and then make it to the land. So I like them. I also like MENA as well. Those are like the two that I think have benefited the most. SSA, they get the land opportunities, but in terms of right now, this season, it's going to take a while for them to really improve and get to the point where they need to be in order to compete with the best of the best. So the land spot, it's good that they got their foot in the door and that they're always going to be there no matter what. But now they got to show, number one, that they could beat all these other teams that are signed up for their region from all across the globe. I believe they can do it, and they should be able to do it. They should be able to do that. But then number two, it's going to take them a little while to get ingratiated and really get to compete against the best of the best. It's going to take them a year or two, maybe even a little longer than that to really get better to compete with the best. So for now, MENA, two of the best teams in the world, basically almost guaranteed to be at all the lands. And then NA, you're going to get four of the best from NA. No doubt about it.
No doubt about it. You're right on that. Speaking of best from NA, let's get into this right now, man. I need to get this out the way.
I'm about to be in the middle of a clash.
Which team is NA's best? Which team will end as NA's best is really the question. Of course, a lot of people have already talked about it. GenG versus G2. GenG, of course, in the offseason, picking up First Killer in replace of Noli. G2 picking up Daniel and Beast Mode to play with Atomic. Who wants to go first?
I want a Rose take.
Okay.
Hold on. I think this is really. I got some stats I could bring up. I got some things I could point out, but I really want it. Got to be y'all too. I want to know
I want to know where you want to go first. I want to. No, you can't hop pop hippity pop around. I want to know where you're gonna go. He's on payroll.
Why can't one of y'all convince me? How about that?
That's fine. Listen, the chat should know as well. Chat should know. Everybody should know who the better team is here. Everybody should know that.
Everybody should know who the better team is.
Okay, who's the better team here, DeMar?
I mean, when you have the best player in the world, when you have a major finalist and two major winners on a team, the answer is very simple. It is GenG Mobile 1 Racing all day, every day. It's just definitive. There should not be an argument or discussion here. I understand Beast Mode, of course, amazing player, arguably one of the best in NA. You got Daniel. Daniel's definitely, people call him the young prodigy. And then, of course, you have Atomic. We know everything about Atomic from that man over there. So I'm not really too surprised on G2's prowess, but I will say that at least GenG is proven, especially in these high pressure situations. There's a team that is built and designed to win. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. No problem.
That's what you got?
That's what I got.
Okay, that's what you got. You got GenG. And what were the reasons again? Sorry. Your argument wasn't really that convincing for me, so I'm just going to let you try one more time.
First of all, maybe you should pay attention instead of doing all that typing there over on the side. You're not slick. Look at him. He's not even looking at the screen. If you're gonna ask for it again, you gotta pay attention, baby.
Go ahead.
Pay attention.
Tell me why.
Again, one major finalist, almost won first major last year. You got two major winners in the first major seed, but they made top 8. They looked absolutely phenomenal doing it. And oh my gosh, I look so blurry. And they have consolidated talent. A swap between Noli and First Killer, bringing in First Killer, exceeds GenG's already excelled form of offensive prowess. I just don't see this team lose.
Okay. That's all you got. Solid offensive prowess. Don't see the team losing. And then you're bringing up the fact that they're major champions. That's it?
I'm waiting to hear
what
what
you have.
Got. What do you have?
Oh, wow. Listen, I got plenty. I got plenty. First off, your best player you just picked up, we haven't even seen him play with the team for real. He's playing a little qualifier. They were avoiding tournaments all off season because they're scared. They didn't know what they could do on the field.
They're not scared.
Yo, no. Well, hold on. Chat. Y'all ask me this, chat. If you feel like you're the best, are you going to be talking tournaments? You got to rely on a honeymoon
period. A lion
period.
Is not concerned with the opinions of sheep.
You got to rely on a honeymoon period? No. If you're the best, you go out there and perform it. Listen, G2 ended up losing the Oxygen tournament. That's just a little reverse Boston Tea Party. We can scratch that off. We don't even need to worry about that.
Scratch
They
that off.
took the Tea Party. They took the tea that came from Europe, and then they hit us with a reversal. And listen, it was kind of sad that happened in Boston, but it's fine. It's okay. We gotta tell you something right now. We got it.
Oh, look at the chat. Thank you, chat.
We got Atomic, one of the best facilitators in the game. MVP of North America one time. Also made it all the way to a grand finals of the World Championship. Has anybody from your team made it to a grand finals of the World Championship? No, they haven't. Okay. And then you got Daniel versus Daniel in beast mode. You had it, Dan in beast mode. Daniel, he's compared to Zen. Now listen, Zen's better at the moment, and Zen might stay better for their whole entire career. You never know. Of course, Zen hasn't lost yet. I'm not going to compare the two. I don't even want to get into that. But I'll tell you this, though. There's only one person that's been in the conversation with that young man in terms of prodigy skills. And it was Daniel. G2's got him. And then you got the Beast. You know what the Beast brings to the table. Best player on V1. Arguably best player in G2. He just got mechanical skill out the wazoo. Nobody can stop him. You see the clips. They're a three-man high-flying, octane, unstoppable offense where they're on. And then the defense is legit, too. When you look at 3 players on the roster, name me a team on paper who's better than G2. Name me one. Can you? Is GenG honestly on paper better than G2? To answer the question.
Yeah.
Bro.
Damar, what'd you say? Look, why are you laughing? You're not even taking your answer serious.
No, I'm laughing because I don't know why this is even discussion.
On paper, GenG is not better than G2.
The only team that's as good as G2 on paper is Turbo Streaks. And you saw what they could do. They can't do anything. So when you're looking at that was just obviously a joke, of course, yo. But if you look at that, G2 just a better team on paper. And I do believe skill-wise they're better. And I do believe that when it comes down to it, they're going to be taking out GenG every single time when it matters most this year. They're one of the best teams, and they are made to go up against Vitality and Carmine. And GenG, you were also made for that, but you're just not as good. A little bit off. That's just what it is.
I like how they changed your name to G2 Fanboy because for me, they also have something that is also a X factor. Can we roll the G2 tape, please, of their announcement?
You can't tell the story of competitive Rocket League without talking about G2.
G2 will be your RCS World Champions by the time it is over.
You know I'm a fan. And I'm not alone.
Chicago double on the mark, and JNF will hammer it home.
It's been an amazing journey, but that was the past. Now, it's time for something new. Powered by a new partner and platform that will help you engage with G2 like never before. Still got the best coach in the game, and the next GOAT. Add in one of Rocket League's greatest prodigies of all time. As for the third, well, sometimes a name says it all. This roster will bring down the blue wall. And you know, try its best against BDS. New roster, new era, new name.
New G2.
Twitch chat. Now roll with me as we take a look at that announcement because my God, they must have gave you a bag to walk in that stadium and say all the stuff you was saying. You're talking about, oh, we'll try our best against BDS. BDS? What about Vitality? You ain't even say Vitality in there. What are you talking about? And then you got that lip. You always talking about my walk. You walk like you missing a cane. I like, hey, what is going on here? You got Stacks in the announcement talking about Chicago. Chicago's not on the team. He's not even on the team. What is going on here? And you got the nerve to come to me and say, oh yeah, this on paper is the best team ever. Look at the accolades. Look at this. Look at that. What? Listen, Stride Gum might be one of my favorite gums, but G2 Stride Gum is going to be just like that. Stuck. If that's the goals y'all are aiming at. That's all I'm saying right here, right there. I'm not worried about nothing. We will see on game day because GenG Mobile 1 race, I'll tell you what, they're not going to get reverse swept by Oxygen in the grand finals. They're not going to sit there and in the first showing of their team start freestyling in the grand finals when they know everybody's watching. And then we go, oh, yeah, let's write that off. No, I think we should write that on. I think we should write that off.
Yo, you know why they're not gonna get reverse swept? Because they were ducking our tournament. They didn't want to play in it. That's why at least G2 had the madness to actually show up and play. GenG, there's been an APB out for him. We don't know where they're at right now. Where's GenG? They finally playing the qualifier.
Oh, you want to know where they're at? They're at the 1 seed.
Now, congratulations, you
The
got a
1 seed.
You want to talk about that seeding? I know you don't want to. Some of that seeding was questionable. So that's all I
seed-
gotta say. I wouldn't bring
Oh
up the
my
seeding if I were you,
God.
buddy. I wouldn't bring that up because it's not on your side.
It's a
All I'm saying is,
formula.
at least G2 showed up to play an oxygen tournament. I was looking for GenG. I couldn't find it.
Well, I mean,
couldn't
is it
find
counted
So,
showing
I'll
up
tell
if
you this,
they
though.
get reverse
I'll tell you this though. Ain't no ducking this weekend though.
That's right.
Ain't no ducking this weekend.
That's
We gonna
right.
find out.
That's
gonna
right. We're
find
gonna
out
find
then.
out.
Ain't gonna find out then, and your boy First Killing bring you up to the promised land. Listen,
That's
you couldn't
right.
get Raul there. No
All
offense,
right.
Raul.
Hold
He
on.
couldn't get you there.
Oh, gosh.
So we'll see if he can get GenG there. Gotta tell you this. G2, we're coming out to play.
Wait, he couldn't get me there. I was trying to get him there. First
Well,
of all,
listen.
let's
Oh
get the
my
facts
God,
straight.
here
All right,
we
but let's
go
not bring me
again.
into the conversation. Let me squeeze in
Please.
between these two yappers going crazy. I want to go. Let me go on Daz's side real quick. All right, I'm gonna speak to you, Bates. I want you to know something. Since Daniel has been contracted, this prodigy you call him, he's been first once, twice if you count a show match in a 3v3 setting. Since he's been contracted as a professional player, he's won one 3v3 setting tournament. One time, ever. And you're comparing him to somebody like Zen. Wow. Hindsight is 2020. That right now is disrespectful to Zen. All right, now let's flip to the opposite side. You got let me sit on T-Bates' side real quick. Daz, your team's been ducking all off season. These tournaments we're expecting professional top talents to show up to, they've been ducking. And you know why they're ducking? Because they're waiting so that they can have a honeymoon phase so that they come out the gate swinging, showing everybody this is what GenG is about to do the entire season. It's all going to be a fraud. It's going to be a fraud showing because they're going to show up and they might peak. They might pop off. But they're not going to keep it consistent the entire season. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This roster keeping that consistent?
Where you going with this?
They took one of their best pieces, their glue of the roster, Noli, dumped him like trash, and brought in a fantastic talent. But this fantastic talent has always struggled to work with teammates.
Listen, this is from personal experience. It's the former coach of it. You got to take it into account. You got to take it into account. Listen, listen. That's first-hand source right there.
With those two aspects,
Yeah.
I'll let you decide, chat.
Yeah. Wait, you got to decide.
Wait, yeah. Why is he ducking?
Why are you ducking?
I'm ducking.
Yeah, you didn't duck. Who's gonna be the better NA team by the end of the season? You can also go with somebody else, not G2 or GenG.
If I'm keeping it to the conversation, the question is G2.
Okay, I got two G2s, and chat win GenG. Chat, was that W diz or L diz? W diz, cooked
He's
but
wrong.
ducked. Galaxy
He's
man said you cooked
wrong.
but you ducked.
Listen,
That's
there's
a
not going to
W
be any
diz?
ducking with that
Oh.
first round matchup against OG this weekend. Okay, it's going
okay.
to be right there in front of your face, front and center. And we'll see what happens then. We'll see who made the right decision then.
Okay, we'll see. We'll find out. I think they're two great teams.
I
Two
do
best teams in
agree.
North
I agree
America.
as well.
I think
I
First
agree.
Kill is an excellent player. I
It's
think
gonna be a
everybody's
good
an excellent
season.
player. I think Abjack's an excellent player as well. But listen, when the going gets tough, G2 always comes out on top.
Except when it's against BDS.
Well, that's why it was an announcement video. That's why we didn't talk about Vitality.
You gotta work on them first. You gotta work on them first.
Okay, we'll work on that.
All right. Well, teams had a lot of time to be able to work on their teams and their rosters over the course of the offseason. There have been a lot of roster changes. We talked about the two in NA. There's been plenty of others. ROSTERMANIA has been wild as we go and shift gears into that thing. Yeah, teams made moves around the
Is
world.
that a pun?
Maybe, but it wasn't intentional. SSG picked up Chicago in replace of Arsenal. Arsenal's now on Dig with Gyro and Evo. Shopify Rebellion has Justin now. Two-piece Parfin Justin, if you guys haven't seen that. Noli, Com, JNabs are on OG. NRG has Garrett G, Toasty, and Miss. We'll talk more about that in a second. And I believe Magic Bear, Riddles, and Cheese are on Luminosity. And of course, the one that's on the bottom of your screen. Nas and Joris moved to NA to play with AJ on M80. I want to zero in on this M80 team. How do we feel M80? Like, where are they at? What's their potential? Raul, what do you think?
I think M80 has 3. I don't know too much about Nas. I think he's been somebody who's been proven in a 1v1 setting. But I expect AJ and Jorius obviously to be extremely mechanical players. I think one of them is going to have to take a hit. I want to see what Nas has to prove, what he can show for the world, especially if it's a 1v1 prodigy mechanical kid coming up in the 1v1 setting. So I really need to see Jorius and AJ, maybe one of them take a step back. I know 2 of them are like they're in their own world and they're super ball dominant. They're super heavy on the ball. But AJ coming off a fantastic end of last season, he should come into this season as a force. I know he's on Twitter tweeting like, I've never seen somebody do this play, and it's a play of him doing like a bunch of dashes in one single play. So AJ's as confident as ever. I played against Nas and Jorius in ranked recently, but this is me. I'm 45 at this time. I can't compete with that. They're in the air doing flips and everything. So I could see this team being hovering top 5, maybe 6th, 7th. But I really got to see Nas in a 3v3 high competitive level setting before I can make a final judging on this roster.
I want to actually jump in here real quick. I feel like for this M80 team, looking at them, I think they are contesting for major spot. I think that they are really, really solid. Everyone individually is definitely really good. Nas, I mean, we saw Nas in Salt Mine. He is fantastic as an individual. Of course, the question is going to be how they look in threes environments against the top teams. But I mean, going back to those qualifiers, they ended up playing against Rebellion and they almost swept them. Rebellion ended up trying to pull up I believe a reverse sweep, but
Yeah, I
was
could have sworn it
denied
was
by
to
M80.
5.
It did go to 5. Rebellion did almost
So
reverse
almost
sweep
swept
them.
don't matter.
They won the series. That's what
They
matters.
won 3-2. But who cares about the almost sweep? Because it didn't happen. You got to win 3 games. You got to win 3 games. Those 3
And they
teams.
did, yeah.
Yeah, I know, exactly. But then they ended up losing 2 of them. So 3. They almost swept don't matter. They went game 5. Put the right context. Your propaganda, man.
Can you let me put the right context? You cut me off before I finished saying what I was saying.
My bad.
Yeah, I was literally going to say that. I was going to say, Rebellion tried to reverse sweep. But that being said, they look good against those question mark teams, those middle of the pack teams, because I do feel like outside of G2 and GenG, a lot of things are going to be dependent off of what we see in this first weekend. M80 is a team that could make a run here. So, I mean, I'm going to give them their props. I think that they could compete.
Before you go, Bates, I also want to point out that the last time 2 players from another region came over, especially from the east side of the pond, it was Noli and Abject, and they actually won.
That's fantastic for them. So. I'm not rooting for any of these. I'm rooting for every single region. I'm rooting for all the endemic talent. So all the people who are actually from there. I'll give GenG a pass because they have 2 North Americans. But outside, or 2 Americans. But outside of that, I'm rooting for everybody. So Weiwei's gonna dislike me this season, but I can't be rooting for him. I want all NA teams. I want the SSA team. I want 2 SAM teams. I want the APAC team. I want all European teams. That's exactly what I want from each region. So this M80 squad, I think they are good, and I think they really do have a chance to get in one of those spots for all the one of the NA spots, one of the 4. I think that much is obvious, but I don't know. It's gonna be tough. That's gonna be tough for everybody though. But they have a good chance. They're a good solid team.
They do have a good chance. We need to talk about one of these teams to see if they do also have a good chance. I'm not really sure about this one. NRG. We got to talk about this. Shortest pro career of all time has to be on Frosty. He was. I need to look up exactly how long it was, but Frosty was on the team for a very short amount of time and was removed and replaced by Toasty. Of course, Frosty still ended up making the first regional event under the team of Snowmen, and he was one of many first-time rookies to qualify for an RLCS main event. Let's take a look at the graphic. Here's the rookies. Wavy, who's also on TSM with Creams and Hockey. Nas, of course, Frosty, Reveal, Scribbles, Skippy, Panda, Realize, Kofer, and 5 Up. These are a wave of young individual talent who have made their way through all, but any of these names you recognize?
Yeah, I recognize majority of these names. I've seen them often. The only one I don't. Oh, that's Realize. Okay, Realize. So I know everybody on here except Skippy. I think is the only name that I'm not familiar with. Scribbles. I believe he's the youngest one on this list. I think he's still 13. He might be 14 now. But I think
Yeah, he's
Scribbles is
14.
gonna be somebody you want to look at long term, especially if he's making these qualifiers early and often because he's so young. He's the youngest, one of the youngest kids to play right now, and the development that you get scrimming top teams and playing against top teams, especially this early
Scribbles
in
is
your
14.
career. Yeah, but like he's playing
He's still young.
yeah, he's playing at this level, the earliest that like FK never played this early against in a professional setting. The Scrub Killers never played this early in a professional. This is going to be the first iteration of people that we see, players that we see playing as early as 13, 14, which means so much more developmental time that they're going to have playing against top talent. And we can see Scribbles transform from a rookie that is really not heard of to one of the best players in a super short amount of time. It just depends on how quickly he's able to adjust to the professional setting. So I'm excited. You should keep your name on a majority of these players. They've always been on the bubble, on the cusp, and since the league has opened up, they're now getting the chance to prove themselves.
I wish these kids the best. I wish they have all the support possible to make sure that they can still focus on the grades, still great grades. Don't go too all in for Rocket League or anything until they can really start seeing and reaping the rewards of their work. Make sure they're focusing on the academic side or also the sports side they played at, and also the esports side for the Rocket League career. Call that's very important as they develop as young people in society. So they make sure to keep all that into account. And that's great for them. That's great that they made it, and hopefully they can keep making a little bit more money. As to the Frosty thing, I mean, let's just be honest here. The young man should never be on the team. It should never happen. It was never going to work. It has nothing to do with him. He's just young. And he's just young, and you got the captain. You got the captain. The captain's getting old. The captain's getting old. What are Frosty and Gary G gonna talk about outside of Rocket League practice?
Why do they need to talk?
Because it's professional. It's a professional relationship. They're in a partnership trying to be the best of the best. You gotta at least have some type of chemistry with your teammates. And it's just not gonna work out. Garrett's expecting professionalism, and Frosty's not Zen. He's just not Zen. So unless you got a prodigy on a Zen level that can come in and just work,
How you know what Zen's like?
I'm talking about skill wise, bro.
Okay, but my argument to that is there's nobody like Zen.
Exactly. So there's
He's on
no
his own
reason.
level.
So there's no reason to be picking up a 15-year-old when you got a 20. How old is Garrett now? 22. 22, 7-year seasoned veteran in the league. He needs people that are as old as him or somewhere in that area that can actually work with, they can communicate effectively, who have experience and are ready to perform at the highest level. Unless that's the caveat, you have somebody like Zen. So it's just never going to work. I don't know the specifics behind it because Frosty can clearly ball. He can play. He's in top 16. He can play. So
that's why I'm confused why you're separating him from a talent like Garrett. Like, why can't Garrett be a mentor to Frosty?
Mentor? I ain't got time to mentor. Mentor, we can really that mentor stuff on the side, bro. I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win now. I got to figure out the best possible options to win now.
And you think Toasty was that?
Listen, I don't know if Toasty's the answer either. I love Toasted Waffle. I don't know if Toasted the answer. I would have went with a Noli. I would have went with a J Naps. Me personally, I would have picked up one of the Supreme vets with plenty of experience and obviously still have plenty of skill behind him as well. That's why I would have went with. But I'm not behind those decisions. I was just saying that there is this real discussion that teams need to start having where you can't just be picking up the young cats and then expect them to just be working with the older cats. You gotta make a decision there. Okay, it's not that simple.
I agree.
15-year-old humor is completely different than 22-year-old. I don't talk to 15-year-olds.
Mm-hmm.
I have no reason to. And I don't even know what I would say to a 15-year-old. You know what I'm saying? What I'm supposed to talk to you about?
You got nothing in common, man.
Nothing in common.
Stages of
So
life.
it's just natural team chemistry doesn't work. Doesn't work. So I think that's just something that these organizations and teams, they need to start taking into account. They obviously went with Toasty. I don't know who all was out there still. Toasty's obviously older, and I think that will always be the better team and the better chemistry. You see what the old guns were doing on OG. I understand they had a little scare, but they're still really good. They're also making top 16. So there's players out there that are of a decent age that can really be on some of these best teams.
You know, in my opinion, I feel like this opens up another type of conversation because I feel like going back into the last off season, right? Everyone saw how well Zen was doing and how Vitality brought him in and how well that worked. Well, of course, you bring up a great point saying that, Zen is on a level of his own, but I do feel like teams like NRG wanted to at least mess with the idea of taking a risk on a young, strong, mechanically gifted player because we've seen players. This is not the first case of this happening. This happened with Eris as well, where
Mhm.
you have this player who's really gifted individually, but then you try them out, they're doing really well in scrims, they're peaking in twos, but then once they get on the team spot, or once it looks like they even have the team spot, everything starts to trickle down. Because even with Dignitas had Eris at first, and then right before the end of the offseason, replaced Eris with Gyro, going with a more consistent player. I mean, I think it's a great move because Gyro has really grinded his way back to the top. He earned that spot. But again, this is just an examples of like young players, and I think that goes for what Base is saying, that disconnect, because the young players, they want to get those team spots, but when you grind to get to those points and then you get that spot, it's almost as if the motivation kind of disappears, even though it shouldn't. I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
Are you talking from like insider knowledge? Because I mean, you do like talking to everybody.
Yes.
Okay, so why don't you just say that?
Well, I'm asking you what you think about it.
What think about what?
So insider knowledge has been informing that when they get these team spots, that they don't consider them like,
It's like the
or they stop
consistency
grinding.
goes away.
They stop grinding.
Well,
The
that's just that,
consistency
that,
goes
that
away.
well, I mean, that's a bigger conversation. That's just the North America problem. That's an American problem.
That's fair enough. That's fair.
That's
We
just
can
an
leave it at
American
that.
problem.
We can leave it at that. We can open it up
No other
somewhere
regions having that issue. When they get the spots, they all keep playing. When we get the spots, we start relaxing, and that's why EU keeps whooping.
Complacency.
That was the rated E for everyone way of saying that.
All right, let's shift gears. Let's move to Sam. Complexity and Furia to Sam. Of course, both teams played in North America last season, and it didn't really work out too well for Furia. Complexity, they ended up making a move, and then I think there was something that happened in the middle of the offseason that ended up bringing them back to Sam. The question is, how competitive will Sam be this year? I'll start off by saying I think it's going to be extremely competitive. There's so much talent in South America right now. I can almost feel the passion from Jorby about South America. From looking at just some of the rosters that are going to be in the top 16 right now and seeing all of the teams that have formed from it. You have Crew that's AJG, Bim's Card, Secret who has KV1, Mata Brad, Ninja Pajamas with Astro Knight and Swift, Furia with Drafinho, Lost, and Yan, Complexity, Raise Bull, CRR, Dorito. I mean, these are strong names, all strong contenders. We saw Diaz in Salt Mine. He's there with W7M Esports. I mean, I feel like it's going to be a really tight contest for those top two spots. And Sam, Raul, how do you feel about it?
I agree with you. I think Sam has always been a team or a region that's been on the up and up when it comes to teams that are competing at the top. And now you add Furia and Complexity, which Complexity towards the end of the split or the end of the season last season was looking like a top team in North America. They were a top team in North America, but now you add Dorito, which I'm still not sure about, but Dorito and CR do have that chemistry. I'm just not sure how it's gonna mesh with Raise Bull, and we'll see about that going into the future. But I think it is gonna be extremely competitive. You got Yan going back down there. Yan, before he came up to North America, was dominant in that region. So I wonder if he's gonna go back and unleash this beast that has been waiting to be seen from Yan in a while. And go back to South America and completely dominate. But I don't see it being a domination from Yan. I see it being extremely competitive back and forth, just like they kind of were in North America, except Complexity was taking majority of the series over there. Oh, over here.
I put a poll in the chat. Had to make sure the chat still knows ball. It's good. 68%. That's a better number. 68% of the chat. Or say, oh well, okay, well, somewhere in that 60 range of the chat, close to 70.
Oh gosh,
They're saying that is that in the NA is still better than Sam, and I agree with that. But I'll tell you this though, Sam is really talented, man. They got four really great squads down there. I think two of them Of course, they came from NA. They and got better in NA. I think one of them did. The other one I think got a little worse playing, and that's Furia. But Complexity, they're really solid. Adding in Dorito as well. AJG is on a really good squad. So you got players all over that region, and I do think that if there's any season that the Sam believers have felt that they can win a LAN, it's this one. It's this one. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's this one. They can really win a LAN. I think Complexity has a really good shot. I think Furia, now they're back in Sam, has the opportunity to hit people with that surprise, that X factor, that LAN factor that they used to have 2 years ago. Talked about that on First Size last year. I thought they're going to lose that. They did lose that. That was a base number wrong moment. But I think they're going to rekindle that, regain that energy. And I think that they'll also have a real good chance of winning LANs too. So 2 really great teams down there, or really 4, but I think 2 really great LAN teams in Complexity and Furia. It's going to be good to watch.
That's a good point to bring up too, with the X factor or the not knowing what they're gonna pull out. I wonder if they're gonna become extremely acclimated to the South American play style, which is boost and speed and super fast pace, which Furia completely lost that. I completely agree with T-Bates. They lost that when they came to North America, and they slowed down a lot. So I wonder if they're gonna speed right back up and come out swinging.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, keeping it locked in from Sam will be very important to see how things look over there. So excited to see what Sam looks like. I saw Rise. I saw you in the chat, man. Let's talk about Rise and Carmine Corp, because Carmine Corp reloads is the topic name. Rise and Addo join Vatira on KC. I feel like they've consolidated the talent here. I mean, gentlemen, how do we feel about the move? I think it's a really good one for KC.
This is the best move of the offseason. This is the best move of the offseason. You upgraded both spots. Itachi, Exotic, fantastic players in their own right. But it's an upgrade. Rise is an upgrade. And so is Atao. You have 2 players, especially Atao, who is going to enforce offense like no other. He's going to be mechanical. And you got Rise, who is one of the best disruptors and leaders in this game that we know it. He's always considered hovering top 5 in top 5 conversations. He's always making it to an extended level in tournaments, which is top 3, top 2, the grand finals. He has some of the most. He's breaking records in tournaments. Like, this is, and then you got Vatira. Like, I didn't even mention Vatira yet. Vatira on this roster being the last name. Like, this roster is it's the best moves that were made in the offseason by far.
The best move of all season?
Yes.
Interesting. I don't know about that. But I mean, it's pretty good move
too.
What'd you say?
Huh?
It's the best move in EU. It's the best move in EU. That much we know for sure. I mean, they locked and loaded. They added Pharaoh as the coach. Did you talk about that?
No, I didn't. I didn't even mention Pharaoh.
So, yeah, you got Pharaoh as the coach. They went and added the World Championship coach. You added Finley, aka Rise. I can call him Finley because we on that first name basis like that. You added Atto. You still got Vati. You got a great score. You got a great roster. And listen, it's made to go up against Vitality, which is good. Because you need a great roster to go up against Vitality. So it's gonna be interesting to see. And I think everybody's gonna be really, really, really keen on that first Vitality Carmine matchup. That is something that everybody wants to see. On paper, in my estimation, Carmine's better on paper. They're better on paper than Vitality. The question is the on paper ability gonna then go onto the translate into the pitch, onto the field in order to beat Vitality? Because Vitality still is yet to lose an RLCS tournament, and that's gotta be a psychological advantage all of them have. Zen knows they ain't lost yet. So he knows it. He's got that over Vati right now. So it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens there.
That's very true.
There's a part of me that feels like that on paper is debatable.
Huh?
Because Vitality's resume is.
Listen, the only thing that Vitality has on paper going for him is that the shift flop 20. The shift flop 20 put all 3 of them in the top 5. That's the only thing that Vitality has going for him right now. Because on paper, there's no shot. I'm reserved. I'm reserve my shift flop 20.
Yeah.
I'm reserved.
Hold it. We'll get there soon. We'll get there soon. Okay.
Yeah, because that shit's crazy. That's just crazy.
Let's go to retirement party.
Wait, so, I just want to go player by player.
Okay.
Vati versus Zen, your gut goes in. 2 edge players. Okay, your gut goes in.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, you're going Zen too.
Yes.
Chat, Vati versus Zen, who's better? You're gonna say Zen? Okay, everybody's gonna say Zen. Don't say anything, Chad. I
They
don't
better
need,
say
I don't need to
Zen.
know.
They better say
Okay,
Zen.
so then the second best player on the team. Oh God, you got Alpha Goat. You got
Yep.
Goat 54. You got Goat
Yep.
54. Got Goat 54 versus Rise. Goat 54 versus Rise. Who's
Hold
better?
on, Bates,
Goat
Bates, you
54
better
versus
say
Rise.
go. You
Oh.
better. No, you gotta say Alpha. You have to say Alpha.
Okay, I got a lot of Rise. You got a lot of Alphas. Oh, Chat's conflicted. They don't know. They're 50-50 right now.
Bates gotta say Alpha. It's crazy.
Okay, but I'm asking you two. I didn't even say who's better between Zen and Vati. Demar, who's better? Goat 54 or Rise? Or is Atto the second best player on the team?
No.
Okay.
That's close. That's really
close.
I just think for the intangibles, I'll put Rise over him by a slight margin.
Yeah. Yeah, I would put Rise over Addo. I put Rise over
Okay,
Addo.
you're both wrong. Alpha's better. All right, and then third.
No, I said Addo,
No,
not Alpha.
we're talking about Addo.
Oh, but Alpha versus Go 54 versus Rise. That's the question.
I'm gonna go Alpha.
Yeah, I gotta go Alpha.
Okay,
go Alpha.
so Vitality's got 2. But then comes to the third player. And it's Atto going up against Rado.
But Rattle ain't no scrub now. Don't
But
talk like
who's
Rattle no
better?
scrub.
Who's better?
I mean, Addo might be better, but
Addo versus
Rattle's not
Rado.
a scrub. Rattle's not a scrub, man.
Who's better?
Addo, but like that's still 2v1.
How much better? How much better is
Not
it?
that much better.
Rattle's not,
Not
a
that
scrub.
much better?
We
Not
not
that much
talking-
better?
No,
Rattle's
no,
not
no,
a scrub,
no,
bro.
no.
Rattle's not a scrub.
No.
Rattle's
You have to
like,
give
you
Rado
gotta
his
respect
props.
him, bro. Yeah, you gotta respect him.
You
Rattle's no
have to.
scrub.
We're not doing this no more. You have to give
You
him
gotta
his props.
respect him.
They are too good together. They are too good together.
Okay. So you think it's close?
Yo, you trying to think?
Yo, what's up with you?
On paper, by your logic, Vitality is still better.
Yeah, you think it's close?
No.
What
Okay,
is up with you?
Okay, I was just asking.
What?
I was just asking. I was just asking.
He's too giddy for me.
I don't know how close it is. I don't know how close it is with Adam Ryder. I think there's a little bit of gap there, me personally. But then you got to add in the World Championship coach. You got to add in that X Factor and Farrah. Farrah helped them boys win that Boston Major. Zen was shaking on stage.
I don't know about that.
Oh,
I don't know about that.
Yeah, he was.
Because at the World Championship Grand Final, his
Well, that
first
was
one,
different, though.
he
That was
owned
different, though.
gold,
That was different though.
and he
He'd already
did
won
call a
major, though.
timeout.
He already called him. He already knew he
Exactly,
would win, though.
right. We're talking about now.
What's harder? What's harder? Winning the first time or the second time?
What's harder, win a major or win a world championship?
It all feel the same to them. So what's harder? Winning the
I don't
first
think
time
it feels the same.
or winning the second time?
Winning the world championship is harder. Period.
Some would say that's debatable. Some would say that's debatable because that's how the world championship is built. What's harder, winning your first land or your second one?
I would say your first. You got to break in. Breaking in is.
I'm changing the
is
question
tough.
because sure, world championship. I'll change the question. Win it is hard. Is it harder winning the first land or the second land?
It's harder to
The
win
first
the
one.
first, man.
The first one.
Is it harder to get the A+ the first time or the second time? You got to prove to yourself that you can do it. So of course, win the first land is harder. And you can. I think Alpha even talked about it. Alpha even said that winning Boston, which is a harder hill to overcome than Worlds. He said Boston felt different. You got to win the first time. You have to prove to yourself that you're on that level to reach the pinnacle of the game, which is hoisting that trophy. So I'm just saying, Farrah helped a lot. So I'll take that account. I add the Farrah in there. I think Carmine might just I think they might just overtake him a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Is that
I think it's really interesting. I understand what you're saying though, because I mean, let's be honest, Farrah on that team, he's seen it. He's seen the whole game plan. He sees how the roster works. So if there's anybody who designs a game plan against them, it is Farrah. But I gotta.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I mean, Fairy Peak ain't no slouch as coach though. Well, I don't think he is. I'm projecting.
Yeah, do we have any
I'm
statistics to back that?
I'm projecting. I'm just assuming he ain't gonna be no slouch. I think the man really knows his ball. So, I mean,
I also think you matched up the wrong people against each other. I think it should have been Vati Zen and it should have been Alpha Atal, and it should have been Rado Rise, because those are the similar play styles that they.
Well,
they
it doesn't
kinda
matter
mesh
though,
against each
because
other.
no matter what combination you do, Rado's gonna be number 6. Now, that's just on paper. Now, if you want to take into account how valuable everybody is on each team, you can say Rado. Oh, I don't know. Rado really valuable on Vitality. I don't know. Ah,
I mean, so is Rise.
He's
Like,
kind of like
it's
Draymond, but Rise is better than
yeah.
Rado though as an individual.
They're both Draymonds.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Rise
Yes,
is
they
better than Rado.
are. He's
NBA
better than
references again.
Draymond.
NBA references.
That's all my basketball. If you're not a basketball person, I'm sorry. Draymond's really good on the Warriors. He's like that. He's like the glue. He's a player who's just really good, and that's what Rado is. He's the glue. He's just really good. Like the team doesn't work without Rado, but Rado as an individual might not be the greatest player, but that doesn't matter though. It's like two different questions. It's hard to wrap that around. That's just the background on that.
You got chat arguing about Draymond. Chat, it's okay. Someone said Draymond was good at UFC.
Y'all need to stop, chat.
Stop.
All right.
Listen,
What's the
chat, we
next-
talk
what's the
about
next
this
topic?
like later on,
What's
okay?
What's next topic? Oh, wait, so did
Uh,
we establish something? Wait, hold on. Just establish. Carmine versus Vitality. Who's better on paper?
It's still Vitality by
Vitality.
your logic.
Okay, I got 2 Vitalities. Chat. Who's better on paper, Carmine or Vitality?
By your logic. You have to say
Vitality,
Vitality too.
KC,
It's 3
KC,
Vitalities.
I'm saying a lot of
Vitality,
KCs. I'm in the blue
Vitality.
wall and I ain't here because we don't even speak French. Okay.
Vitality. It's pretty split. It's pretty
Is it?
split. If
I
you
don't
wanna
know.
do
I
your
think
pro
Carmine's
magic,
actually
you can.
dominating that. It doesn't look split to me.
Yeah, okay. Well, I think we're a little split on that. Chat's a little split on that. But guess what, chat? Let's shift to something we can all agree was a flop. Oh, wait. Before we do that, hold on. We gotta talk about retirement stuff. I'm
Ooh.
a little bit ahead of schedule. I'm sorry. I'm a little bit ahead
Got
of
a
schedule.
break.
Squishy, let's talk about retirements first. Squishy announced retirements, and so did Drees. Now, of course, chat, please go on Squishy and Drees' Twitter pages, please, because if you want to read those full things, Squishy wrote a very long essay on retirement and really opened up theirs. So support theirs and appreciate it. But yes, after playing in ROCS so long, Squishy Muffins has announced his retirement. He's gonna play one more split as the Muffin Men. Drees has announced his retirement as well a few weeks back. I believe he's subbing for a team currently. So a little bit of a interesting question mark there. But both of them did end up taking on Twitter here. And I do believe we have to take a moment to, just talk about that a little bit. Squishy's been in the game for a long time, lots of accolades, has had a huge impact on not just the ROCS, but I mean the way a lot of us watch Rocket League. I know a lot of you guys remember the Squishy videos from back in the day. Some of you still watch them up to this point. So definitely, well-deserved respect there for Squishy for his career, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anybody follows me really closely, they know that I was getting clipped on in Squishy by Squishy on my come up. I don't know how many times I heard, Rodiz, I seen you in a Squishy video, and then I'm like, oh yeah, and then I'll watch the video and it's him clipping on me because he always wins in his videos. So I was like, okay, that's it's major props to Squishy, man. He's one of the pioneers in this game. He's one of the people that everybody knows in the scene. He's one of the most known players in the scene, and he's had a really long career. He's done a lot. He's a world champion, so a lot of props to him. A lot of great respect goes out to Squishy for the longevity that he's had. But I gotta say one thing, man. It's about time. It's about time. It's been a long time coming. You can see it. The writing was on the wall. He didn't want to play no more. It's a long time coming, and I hope he has a fantastic retirement.
It's about time. What?
That's crazy.
Okay, listen. Rose says about time to retire. Some could, I mean, it's some could say that he had the option of retiring a while ago. I mean, that's really his decision. I mean, it's good for him that he has come to terms with what he wants to do with his life, what he wants to do with his career. The amount that he's given to Rocket League, maybe is pretty big, pretty profound. You see all the players who are always talking about him and respecting him and looked up to him. I was one of those players who looked up to Squish. I used to love all the videos, the road to Grand Champs. I could think about the 2017 Wasteland, like episode 15 or something, when we went up against the Merc with the party boost, and the Merc was just going to town, and it's just hard for Squishy to stop him. I think Squishy might have won one of those games. I don't know. I was pretty hype videos back in the day. Of course, the Cloud9, who I still believe is the greatest team of all time. They won the season 6 world championship for NA. That was pretty iconic. Still one of the best lands ever in my estimation. I wasn't there, but I watched it. It was pretty great. So I'm always going to support and always going to be a fan. And what he's giving to Rocket League and everything else in between really does mean a lot. But in saying that, you see the Drees retire. You see the Drees retirement as well. I just want to let everybody know back at home that what Squishy is talking about is real, and that I think that you really just got to cherish the season and really love your pros. Make sure you always give them support and the love and the passion and show them how much you appreciate their game, because I don't know, you never know what's going to happen end of this year. You never know, people are going to walk away. You never know if organizations are going to walk away. You don't know. The future is very uncertain, but right now it is that your pros are still playing. They're still competing at the highest level. So make sure you always support your squad and support your team, because it might be the last time you see them play. These young men are growing up. They might want to go to school. They might want to do other things in life. And it's not like basketball or something where, LeBron's just going to keep playing forever. It's something different. Esports is a little different. Rocket League's a little different. So make sure you always go and support your pros and everything else in between.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So again, big ups to Squishy, of course. Hope he has I hope he has the retirement that he wants here, as well as Muffin Man. I hope that last split really works out for them. They did make it into top 16, so we will see them this weekend. So again, just keep in mind keeping up that support as the season moves on to all of your pro players, because there's always a lot of yapping that goes on. So you guys as fans always do a great job of giving everybody great support across the scene. Let's keep that up. Now, of course, something I cannot support that I've been trying to get to for forever, we're finally here, is the Shift Top 20 list. If you guys do not know, Shift did come out with their top 20 players of 2023. And I'm not even going to do intros. Can we just show the list? Let's just show the list.
Disgusting. Truly disgusting.
Well, actually, I just want to let the whole world know this list is great.
Shut up.
This list is great at being terrible. If you wanted something that was just absolutely awful, listen, you can look at this list. And Chad, I'm just going to ask Chad, what is the main problem with this list? I can tell. All right, I just see it. It's blue.
I thought you were gonna say it's red for some reason, but
It's the fact. You mean to tell me that not a single player in the whole Rocket League ecosystem outside of Europe is a top 10 player? EU's got the top 10 best players in the world? Is that what we're going on here? All 10 of them?
Man.
You mean to tell me Vitality's got 3 top 5? 3 top 5? Exotic top 4? I mean, I respect Exotic game, but top 4, Monkey Moon's 10. Don't even get me started with that first killer at 19.
exotic top 5 is crazy.
Don't even get me started with that first killer at 19. They barely even got Abject on there. Abject struggling at 13. I'm surprised he made it.
There's a lot wrong with this list, but I think it goes out to show that you have Vatira on this list at number 1 over a rookie who came in with the highest amount of expectations on him and didn't lose. He didn't lose. I understand he wasn't here for the entire year, but he did not lose. And there's one grand final event at the end of the year to encapsulate everything that happens and to be the best team of that year. And that kid won that too. But he's third.
Yeah.
Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, the list is tough. The list is tough. Shift, I don't know who's voting on this, but listen, y'all got to make sure y'all verify these again. It is a flop 20.
So this is where I'll jump in here.
Wait, bring the list back up.
Yeah, you can keep showing the list. I'm going to explain the methodology of this list, because a lot of people, I've seen it, Shift has definitely gotten some flack because they think that it's just votes, but it has been a little bit more votes. Believe they said ranking player performances over the course of the entire year. So they said to limit the influence of recency bias, they split the year into 4 quarters. Q1 was winter split, including off-season events from January 1st, so like G1 Invitational. Q2, which is spring split, and all events of a winter major world championship. Q3 is world championship. Q4 is off-season and ROCS 23, 24. Oh, I don't even think that matters.
Yeah, so Q4 is irrelevant.
Yeah, so Q4 is irrelevant. They said that with each quarter, 4 different categories factor into the formula: online rating, LAN rating, tournament placements, and committee. So committee is the last thing that is being taken into account. For the committee, each player voted, or each committee member did a ranking of 1 through 30 of their best players within the timeline. So it's committee that is 1/4 of this process. Then you have online rating, LAN rating, tournament placements, etc. that all have factored into this. So of course it's going to be a jumbled mess. I don't agree
Okay,
with the
was that you? Was
methodology,
that you with the disclaimer for them? The shit disclaimer? Did they pay you
Yeah.
to disclaim? Okay,
No-
that's great. All that
well, no,
disclaimer
it's just so people have all of the knowledge going into why
okay,
this
that's
happened.
great. All that knowledge and the list is still not that great. Listen, I'm Shift's #1 fan. I appreciate everything they do. I appreciate everything they do, but I'll tell you this list is a no bueno. If we redo the list right now, it don't matter what metric you take, Zen's #1. And Zen's #1. Is that even arguable?
No.
Shouldn't be, but it is
Like
right now.
it does like,
I don't see him there.
There's no metric. Even if you want to take the Q1, Q2, Q3, Zen hasn't lost. He didn't lose. he didn't lose a tournament. So I mean, it's really not that much to talk about there. It kind of makes it a little boring in a way because you want to debate #1, but you can't debate it. Even I can't debate it, which is bad. Okay, if I can't debate it, that means nobody can. So Zen's got to be #1. Zen's got to be #1. And then after that, I mean, you can put Alpha 2 if you want, or you can put Vati. I would go Vati 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, all that. A lot of that's interchangeable. But at some point, I think that the list just needs to be more individual based and not team based. I'm seeing 3 Carmine. I'm seeing BDS up top. It was really 3 BDS players up top because Seiko was on BDS. You got 3 BDS in top 12. You got Vitality 3 times. You got Carmine, all Carmine, former Carmine, and new Carmine. And then you got Liquid. Like, team accomplishments does not equate to individual talent, individual accomplishments throughout the whole entire year. Individual accomplishments can help, or team accomplishments can help somebody's individual accomplishment placement, but at some point we gotta take into account. Like, First Killer's numbers are just ridiculous, bro. There's not a single season in ROCS that man has played that he's not top 10. I think it's just not possible. It's just not possible. So then like, I don't know. You gotta take the list just needs a little bit more individual in my eyes. The lists are all subjective. I just think it needs a little more individual. It's too team based. If they just want to do this, they should just put the top 20 teams of the year.
They should have stuck to teams. Yeah, I agree.
So that's what I'm thinking. Who's the most egregious person that they're missing though? They're missing Rawaz. I think he deserves to be on this list.
Yep.
At least they got his brother.
Yeah, the new guy's brother, but I think he deserves. Arguable that Joyo deserves to be on this list somewhere. Probably on the back end.
Joyo, 100%.
Probably on the back end. Woyo deserves to be on this list somewhere. And maybe a TRK. I don't know. TRK maybe on the back end. Individually, he's obviously that good, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for TRK. I don't know where I put him. He'd be on the back end though. You got LJ. Dan Beast. No Dan Beast? I guess not. I don't know. I feel like Daniel was balling all year long. He just couldn't win. He just couldn't win. So that's another question. Yeah, a couple more, man. Got a couple tough stats. Couple tough stats, but yeah. That's a Shift Flop 20, bro. And the reason Shift Flop 20 is there is because we're gonna juxtapose Shift Flop 20 with the greatest list of all time, FT Top 10 coming soon.
Coming soon, coming right now. Let's just change that into gear. I mean, again, a lot of people always talk about lists. Oh, we don't like this list. Well, we talk about it and then we make our own. First touch top 10. Of course, this is voted on
What's the
by.
predictions?
Oof.
What's the predictions?
I think this
What?
one's gonna be good.
You think this one's gonna be good? Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen it. Ben made sure not to show me. But based on what I've been hearing from the guys, so just so you guys know, for the first touch top 10, us three vote, and so do the rest of the entire first touch team. Everybody who works on the show gets a vote. No vote is higher than the other. It's just all the average votes of everybody on the crew.
It's a team. It's a team list too, Chad.
Mhm.
It's
Yeah,
not a player.
Yeah, team list, not player list. Team list of the best top or the top 10 teams in the world, at least what we think right now. So I think
whoever put some blasphemous stuff on this list.
I think so. I mean,
So
like,
what's the over under on the amount of NA teams on this list?
Oh, yeah. If y'all put more than 4 NA teams, I'ma scream, bro.
oh
If
man,
I
I
see
was
more
gonna
than
say,
4
I was
I'ma
like, hopefully
scream.
like 3.
Yeah,
Three max?
I think 3
Three
max.
max,
Like it
three
has
max.
to be 3 max.
Are there Sam teams on this list?
Should be.
Potentially.
There should be. I
Should
think there
be?
should be. I think there should be. Complexity was a top 5 team like not too long ago.
Oh right,
Okay.
yeah.
Is G2 above GenG on this list?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Nah, probably. I say
Probably?
yeah. I say
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see it then. Let's see where we at then. Let's start with number 10.
Let's see. Oh, we just the
Oh,
whole
we're
list.
just gonna show the whole thing.
list.
Oh.
Okay, all right. Wow.
Space Station.
What?
I'm dead, bro. I'm dead, bro.
Who
Nah, we
voted
gotta have a
Space
discussion with our team, bro. Like,
Station,
who
This
is
isn't bad.
putting Space Station, bro?
This isn't bad. Not a bad list. I think not a bad list.
No, bro. It
Wait,
should've had-
Carmine at 1.
Yeah, hey, that's what I'm saying. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Listen,
What?
I thought Vitality is at 1. It's not a
I
bad
have
list.
Vitality at 1.
It's not a bad list. I voted Vitality number 1, but
Mm,
I don't know how Carmine's number 1. How's that possible? What's the variance on that? Who put Vitality not at 1?
Yeah, I feel like SSG
I
should
don't
be
know.
out, and it should be like Falcons or somebody like that.
I don't know
Yeah.
about G2 and GenG being like that, like 3 and 4. Like, I don't think GenG should be 4. I don't think they'll be 4.
I don't think it'd be 4.
Carmine number 1,
No.
Vitality
I
2,
don't think 4 is okay.
G2 3, GenG
Of course
4,
he do.
BDS 5, Rule 1 6, Oxygen 7, Complexity 8, Gentlemates 9, Space Station 10. It's not a bad list. Not a bad
Rule
list.
One's up pretty
It's
up
not.
there too.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad.
Like honestly,
there's
the
some
only
questionable
no,
bits.
I think the only questionable part. I mean,
Space
I think
Station's
most
really
people put
questionable.
Vitality 1, but then other than that, I mean, it's just 10 at Space Station. But who else would go at 10? Who else would go at 10?
Bro, you could put a MENA
Falcons.
team. Like, yeah, you
I
could
know,
put
yeah. You
Falcons.
put Falcons. You put Falcons there.
I would
It's really
definitely.
10. I think I would go Falcons and Fury at 9 and 10.
Yeah.
Hey, you put Dignitas over Space Station the way Dignitas
Yeah.
is looking. Like,
Why would I put Dignitas above Space Station?
because Dignitas is winning things. Space Station is
I'm
not.
sorry.
They're
Yeah,
struggling.
I haven't seen them play RCS yet.
Okay, well, you haven't seen G2 either.
I haven't seen Gentlemates play RCS either, so I don't know how they really made it on here.
You haven't seen G2, GenG, like none of these
Well,
teams.
but I know what G2 and GenG could do though. So I mean, I don't need to see that. So
okay.
yeah, I think it's not terrible. It's not terrible. It's got a little bit. I think the main thing is I'll just switch Vitality Carmine. Vitality Carmine be 1 and 2. And I think that's just that.
I'm moving
Other than that, I
GenG
think after
down.
that it's just
BDS probably down a couple.
huh?
I'm moving GenG down, BDS down.
I mean, you gotta give it to them. Monkey Moon's been the world championship the last 2 years, bro.
Okay.
At some point, we gotta start rating Monkey Moon where he is. Like, that man's just there. He's just in the world championship. He's
No,
just
I
in the
agree,
world
I
championship
agree,
final,
I
and he's
agree.
won
No,
one of them. He's 1
He's
or 2.
he's definitely in the top 10. I just don't think 5. I just don't think 5 with his makeup. But
Okay,
with
who's
the team he
better
has
than right now?
I think Rule 1 is better.
For 1 better?
I think Rule 1's better. I think Gentlemates
Yeah.
could be better.
I don't know about that.
I haven't seen Drali, and then you talk about Exotic. I don't know, bro. I just don't know with that mashup. Like the team is just questionable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just got to see Drali. Like I just have to see Drali. We know what Exotic does, and Monkey Moon is unquestionable.
I
Like,
think the only
Monkey
team
Moon-
missing from that list is Falcons. I think Falcons deserve to be on there.
Yeah.
I would take.
for
I'll move
sure.
Gentlemates
For
and
sure.
SSG down. So Gentlemates would be 10. I put Falcons in there somewhere.
Gentlemates would be 10.
No, I said yeah. They would move down. They'd be the last team. I would just move SSG out.
Did any of y'all have Falcons on your list?
I did.
have Falcons.
We
I have
all
Falcons
so
too.
all three of us had Falcons on our list.
Oh, so what you're saying?
We
is
need to
should
look
stop,
at
we should,
people.
we should stop letting the team vote.
We need to look at some people.
We
We should
might
stop- we
need
should
like a
stop letting the team
separate
vote.
like we need like a roll this teammates Dazzler list, and then we need like a rest of first touch team list because like
All
I
right.
don't know.
All right, listen. I'll tell you my top 10, and you can tell me. So number 1, I had Vitality.
Okay.
Number 2, I had Carmine. Number 3, I had G2. Number 4, I had GenG. Number 5, I believe I had Complexity. Yeah. No, or Rule 1, 1 to 2. Number 6, I had Rule 1, if not Complexity. Number 7, I had Falcons. Number 8, who'd I go with? I went with Oxygen. Number 9 was BDS. And number 10 was Furia.
See, I like that BDS placement there. Like 9 is okay. 9 is okay. Complexity is questionable still because I'm unsure about Dorito, to be honest. Like we've seen CR and Dorito before already. So I just they didn't.
I think I might have BDS a little low right there though. I think BDS is hard. Like I don't mind the BDS at 5. Like I like that. You got to give it a Monkey Moon at some point.
Yeah,
I
I
understand.
think I
he's
have
do you
them
not
at
have
5.
do you not have Gentlemates on the list?
No. Why would I have Gentlemates on the list? I mean,
Seiko, Itachi.
yeah, I haven't seen him play though.
You haven't seen anyone play.
I don't know.
It's a stupid argument. You haven't seen anyone play.
Yeah, I don't know how high I rate Juicy though.
Juicy was looking so good. Like he was improving.
I don't know how I rate Juicy though. It's hard to rate Juicy. He had a good Worlds. He had a good game, couple good games at Worlds. But other than that, though, I don't know.
You mix him with Itachi and Seiko? Come on, man. They're both proven.
Oh, that's hard. I gotta see that. I had like
high
Gentlemates
hopes
in
for
like the top 15, but I gotta see more from. I know you got Seiko, you got Tachi, but I gotta see more from Juicy. And I just gotta see what they do.
You might be sleeping.
Yeah, I think you're sleeping on them, bro.
And also, it's hard to rate them above BDS.
I mean, sure, because Monkey Moon. Like Monkey Moon, I give you that. Monkey Moon.
You got Monkey Moon, you got
is
Exotic, and you got Drawley.
You don't
Drawley's
even
the
know.
question mark.
You have not
Oh,
seen
yeah,
Drawley.
Jolly's the question mark,
Jolly's
just
the
like how
question mark.
Juicy's the question mark, though.
But Juicy,
Both of them
we've
are-
seen Juicy. We've
Well,
seen
yeah,
Juicy.
exactly. And
I
Juicy,
think Drawley's
like,
got higher potential than Juicy though.
I don't know about that one.
I mean, he might.
Who has higher
because
potential, Chad? Drawley or Juicy?
He might. But they see him in ones, bro. They're gonna base him off ones. We have not seen Drawley.
Okay, see, Chad's been with me the whole entire time. You know why? Because
Yeah,
they want
of
to roll and miss
course.
and never roll.
Of course.
Sure.
Yeah, we've seen
Chad
Drawley
hasn't
in
gone against me
ones.
once this whole entire stream.
They did go against you on the G2 GenG.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did. You did a poll. GenG
But
won.
the poll, but the poll was doing one thing, but then they were commenting another thing.
What's easier, to
So that
click or
just
to
means
type?
that just means the outspoken people, the people who actually want to type something, are with you. But
The
there's a
yappers.
huge crowd that's just silent, and
Yeah.
that's against you.
The yappers are on your side. Congratulations. You yapped enough to
The
make
people
a
who
yapping
always
army.
type hashtag teammates never wrong. There's the ones who
Yep.
type it right now. The teammates army. Look,
I
he's
think what we're
stunned
gonna
right
do
now.
here is we're gonna take away the ability for our team to vote. I think that's what we're gonna do here, and this is gonna be us three up until they can show they can vote a little better. Cause rumor has it that somebody on our team has had Vitality at 4, and that person's automatically losing the right to vote. That's right. I'm
Wait,
stripping away. I'm
what?
stripping
Wait,
away.
hold on.
I'm
Where
stripping-
is that?
I'm stripping away the right to vote from people because I'm a terrible person.
Someone
Okay,
had him at
next.
4?
Yeah,
Sorry,
somebody.
I had to do the Kurt Angle meme on the cam because what in the world is going on?
4?
Vitality.
Yeah, somebody had Vitality at 4. That's the only reason Vitality is number 2 on the list. So we're gonna adjust that. We're gonna adjust that.
We gonna get cooked. Yes, you know what? You're right. Because I'm tired of getting cooked, man. I'm sick of this, man. Every time we come out with a list, man, we always get cooked, man. It's not us. I promise.
Now we got to take responsibility. We the heads.
No, we're
I
gonna
mean,
take
we'll
responsibility.
own it. We'll own it.
But don't worry, it's gonna be different next time. We'll have a little slight, but I don't believe the list is bad. But it had a couple errors. Vitality
Yeah, I don't
needs to
think
be
it's
number
bad.
one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It needs to be number one.
Yep. Oh, yeah. All right. Speaking of Vitality, let's shift into Vitality. Sin's World. Will Vitality repeat their domination? When we were talking about this subject on our show planning day, Bates said, has Zen lost in the RLCS yet? Let's roll the Vitality package. This is a beautiful package, by the way. Bow! I love that. I love that look. Vitality has shown up and shown out, and look at even Zen showing up in those clips. Beautiful read.
Are y'all ready to watch Zen again? 'Cause I know I am. I like watching a young kid from France. By the way, I think Vitality did a little. Oh, look at GOAT. Hey, I just want to let y'all know. Remember 2 years ago, I said GOAT was top 6.
That's
Y'all
crazy.
remember that? I
Because
said
you
GOAT was
still-
top 6, and everybody called me crazy.
That's
They
crazy.
said Alpha 54, and what
Oh.
happened?
But look at
What
Rattle.
happened?
Look at that. Look at that catch into a flip reset. TRK's on the
Congratulations.
back wall getting
Look at
pressure.
Rattle.
Like,
He showed us his mechanical prowess.
beautiful.
No, look at Rattle again.
Like,
Yeah, that's
come
a Rattle.
on,
This is-
man.
this is- look, this is a guy. This is a guy convincingly 6 on that
Oh.
KC verse.
Oh, but that was the
That's
world
what
championship
this
winner right there, though.
was
That's the world championship winner right there, though.
beautiful. Game on the line. Pop up. Look at that touch, man.
Free flip.
Look at that touch. Who's doing that?
Nobody. Him. He's in the world of his own, league of his own.
Grand finals.
And that rattle bounce. Well, you know when he did that rattle bounce, it's over.
Yeah, do a little
Game
bounce,
set
bounce,
match.
bounce.
Rattle bounce.
I mean, right, like great positioning from Ratto. Always in the right spot. You even see him in that last play, just trying to set things up on that back wall. They're trying to see if he can help things out. But this one is all Zen. Wait, hold on, it froze. Oh no, all right, never mind, it's over. Wait, where'd Bates go? Bates.
Well, I guess he's gone. The dominance was too much for him. I think I mentioned that Carmine Corp. He had Rattle at 6. He just did.
All right. Chaz is not playing. I don't know where he went. All right, Raul, let's talk about it then. Do you think Vitality will repeat their RLCS dominance? Oh, there he is.
There you go. I think that no. I think it's gonna be hard for them to repeat their dominance. I just mentioned that there was a team that made the greatest roster move of the offseason in every region. This is the greatest move in the offseason. And I think that's gonna be highly competitive for Vitality. I think we're gonna see the 2 Titans, and Europe regionals are going to be a fantastic viewing party for the championship Sundays, or if they even meet earlier, which will be a tragedy. Honestly, they should be in the grand finals almost every single time. So I'm excited to see them 2 play. I don't think they'll dominate this year.
I think it's close. I think it's close. I am going to go in line. Man. I'm gonna say no. I'm saying no here. We saw moments of weakness in the flip and spin. Flip and spin showed me KC can win with Noli, but now they've got the team that they want. KC's gonna make it definitely they're gonna put pressure on Vitality. For Vitality, in order to repeat their dominance, they'll really have to earn and define themselves, because you've seen a lot of teams around the world starting to consolidate talent, and they're coming for that spot. I don't know if they have the consistency. They'll have to see it. We'll have to see it.
The flipping spin.
They just don't watch nothing.
The flipping spin.
You know what that is, Bates?
I do.
Oh, okay.
I'm asking, why are we bringing up the flipping spin?
This is the most recent event. We saw
Who cares?
moves.
What was the most recent event in RLCS?
You keep bringing this up, man.
What was the most recent event in RLCS? What happened? What happened?
You gonna say it does? Or?
Bro, it was like 6 months ago, bro.
Wait, okay, he's confused. Chat. What was the most recent event in RLCS, chat?
It was 6 months ago.
Has it really been that long? That's crazy.
Yeah. Worlds.
Oh, Worlds. Thank you, chat. Thank you, chat. Wait, who won? Who won that one?
No.
won?
I want to play this game. Vitality
won?
won. Vitality won.
Vitality won? Okay.
Yep.
Well,
Who won the Worlds before that? I'm just curious.
wait, hold on. We'll get there.
Okay.
What was the second most recent event in RLCS?
The Spring Major.
Oh, the Spring Major. Who won that?
Vitality did.
Oh, they did?
hmm
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. What was the third most recent event after that for EU? EU Regional 3? EU Spring Regional 3?
Bringing up a regional is crazy. I'm sorry.
Wait. Who won that, though?
A regional.
Who won it?
A regional. Vitality won a regional.
Oh. Okay. What about Regional 2?
How wide does your wingspan go for all this reaching you're doing?
There's no region. I'm just providing you the facts. Who won? Who won Regional 2?
When was regional 2? I'm just curious.
Spring Regional 2, who won that?
Let's see.
Who won
Spring
it?
Regional 2. I mean, the answer's
Okay.
obvious. We're
Okay,
answering
Vitality, thank you.
obvious questions.
So basically, I just keep asking you, and it's the same team that keep winning every single time.
Mm-hmm. Spring Regional
Let me tell you this.
2. Oh.
In
okay.
EU, in EU, I think that for the first split, Vitality will win every single time.
Wait, can we bet on this? Wait, can we make a dare for Bates if he loses this on FT? Like, we'll come up with something that Bates got to do on FT if he loses this.
I'm with it. Personally, I'm with it. That dude
We gotta
is
come
too
up with
tight.
something because that is crazy talk. That is crazy talk.
All right.
What you want? Okay, what you want? Okay, what's the bet?
We'll come up with something. We'll come up
Yeah,
with
we'll
something
figure
else,
something
yeah.
out.
Now, I
Next
want-
show it will be announced. We'll do something next show. It's
Because
gonna be
next
announced.
show we'll really get into EU.
Actually,
so.
we might ask you guys on Twitter. We might post something. We might
Ooh,
tweet
I
something.
like
What you guys
that. I
want?
like
What you guys
that.
want Bates to do if Vitality loses this
It has,
split?
it has to be reasonable because last time he lost something, he didn't do it. So it's got to
What
be
was that?
reasonable.
What was that?
It was something about me and you. We did something, or it was something between us, and you lost. You're like, I'm not doing that.
So you don't think Vitality can win every single regional?
No, I think they can. I don't think they will.
I think they will.
I don't.
I think they will. Zen hasn't lost yet. What is there? What is there to show that he's gonna lose?
A new roster in his
the-
region.
The last event, the
roster
last
moves.
tournament he played in, the last LAN he played in,
I'm sorry. Was that RCS?
doesn't matter. It was a LAN.
My
It
bad.
was
I didn't
popular,
realize.
it was
I
a
didn't realize that
competition.
flipping. I didn't
Bates,
realize that
Bates,
flipping
Bates,
was on the same
how-
level as RCS.
Bates,
My
how
bad,
about
my apologies.
how about a roster move that you were arguing on paper was better than them? Not too long ago,
Yeah, I know.
about 15, 20 minutes ago.
Oh, I didn't say Vitality's gonna win everything.
Yeah, you said for the first split.
I said for the first split, I think that they will win.
How's the team on paper going
Does
to
that
let a
include the
team-
major, by the way?
No,
Mm,
no, it's at the
That
Interesting.
regionals.
includes every regional?
It's
mm,
at all the regionals. The major's
Mm.
different.
mm,
They gotta lose at some point.
mm.
I
But
just
G-
believe
but
that
G2 won't
Vitality's gonna
lose.
come. Vitality's gonna come in with the confidence they still have not lost. I think that's gonna translate. I really do. I think Carmine and Vitality got some really good series. Is there a world where Carmine can beat them? Yes, there sure is.
That world is the one you're living in right now.
But I don't think it's gonna happen. I definitely don't think it's gonna happen the first time. The second time, I still think Vitality wins. So really, the question is to me, can Carmine beat him the third time? And I'm gonna say no. I think that's a fair thing to say. Now, come LAN time, I think Vitality, which is better than everybody else last year, and I think they really are teams. Carmine's one of them. I think G2 and GenG are two other ones. I think Complexity's gonna be really good with them. I think Rule 1 and Falcons are gonna be really good with them. I think it's gonna be really tough for Vitality to win that LAN. It's gonna be really hard for them to win. It's gonna be really hard for all the teams, but I think it's even more pressure on Vitality because at that point they really will have not lost.
if they dominate the split like they did last season, if they dominate this region or this split like they did spring split, they're doing it again. Like they go to LAN, they're doing it again. If they win back to back to back, like you're saying they're doing it, and they go to that LAN, they're going to win that LAN as well.
Ooh,
I don't think
that.
I just don't think they're gonna go to a LAN and then choke job.
I don't think it's gonna be a
That's
choke
just not
job.
gonna happen.
I think
It will be
really good.
if they win all three and go
Yeah.
into LAN. You're not saying that's a choke job anymore.
Yeah, I feel like they could.
That's a choke job. That's a choke job in my eyes. Like you're going in you're the same team pretty much. You're still dominating your region, winning all three events. You're going into a LAN where
And it's better now.
Come on, get out of here, man. We still haven't beat
No,
them.
because you're adding in a different factor. I'll tell you what the factor is at the lane.
Daniel hasn't won. He's
Time
won
out,
one
time out,
event.
time out.
He's won one event.
Time out. Has Zen played Daniel?
The disrespect is insane.
Has Zen played
It's
Beast Mode?
insane.
I'm just saying, that's
insane.
a different factor that you gotta add to the pot.
man.
They can't make it to him. They never made it to him. How can he play somebody that keeps losing? He can't.
Listen. LeBron James kept losing all the time, and they finally made it to the finals.
Yo, I can't believe you just compared Daniel to LeBron James.
I didn't compare Daniel to LeBron James. I'm just saying people lose until they get there. I'm just saying that there's a different factor you got to add into the equation. There's a different factor you got to add into the equation. Zen's never went over them boys, and I think that's a little different. But I think he's gone up against everybody in EU.
I'm just saying, if he wins all three, he's going to that land and he's winning.
No.
If he wins all three, he's going to that land and he's gonna win.
He could. We'll see.
Chat, we're gonna make a tweet later on things Base should do if Vitality lose the regional, because that would be so fun for us. I'm not gonna lie, and very realistic.
Oh, but that means that if they win all three, that means you two gotta do something.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, trust me,
For sure.
I'll cook that up then.
Okay, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll be wasting time right there, buddy.
All right, let's see if we can agree on something here. Major predictions. Which 16 teams will be at the first LAN of RLCS 2024?
Ooh. Do we have a graphic for this, or is it just us talking?
It'll have to be us talking. We couldn't get one in time.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so let's start with the SSA. SSA chat, you can of course participate. I think Limitless will represent
Limitless.
SSA every single
Yep.
time.
Limitless, we're agreed on that.
I think that's a
Shout out
foregone
Snowy.
conclusion. I think that all of the teams that are trying to compete in that region that are from EU and such, I think that ping is too hard to overcome. I don't think it's gonna be. I also don't think any of them are that good enough to do that. So, give me SSA.
You will be
give
stuck
me,
there the rest of the season.
huh?
No, I'm saying for the other team.
I thought they're only stuck for a split.
Oh,
Nah.
yeah, I think it's a
Is
split.
it the split?
It's either a split or season. It's one of
It's
them.
the split.
Okay.
Okay. What's the next region?
APAC. I'm going Gladiators.
Yep, gave me.
That's Realize the team.
Gladiators.
Yes, Realize Vert.
Realize Vert.
and-
Yep. Yeah, let me get them.
Yeah.
Give me them. Give me them. I'll take them every single time. I think that's easy. OCE.
OCE. Ooh,
I'll
OCE
go
is a little
Pioneers.
interesting.
Oh, they got Pioneers or
They
somebody
got
else.
two teams. So Pioneers. Chiefs look good. Power.
Who they have?
Power is Banana Head,
Me.
Fever, Torsauce. Chiefs is Super Lucky, Gus, Hunter. I feel like Power and Chiefs are gonna fight to get in there.
I don't even know what Gus is. No
Yeah,
disrespect.
yeah, that's also true. If I'm playing it safe, I will go Pioneers Power. Lock that in.
It's Pioneers power, bro. You always
Yeah.
made me spit on my water. Sam, I'm going Inferior Complexity until proven otherwise.
Agreed.
And it's kind of making it boring that we kind of just like pick all these teams to already make it.
It's really interesting what happens when we all agree.
And it's kind of making it boring when all like it's just that easy to pick them all. Okay, and then
Now we go to EU, right? EU.
so there's the
or-
recap, everybody. SSA, we went Limitless.
Yep.
OC, we went Pioneers of Power. APAC, we went Gladiators with Realize and Vert.
Yep.
Sam, we went Complexity, Furia. MENA, we're gonna say Roll One and Falcons.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's actually kind of sad because now in MENA you don't have that like who's gonna make it, Roll One or Falcons. It's
It's
They're
both of
both making
them.
Yeah.
more
Well, there-
likely than not.
Hold on, there was a third team that was competing with
Yeah, it was
them.
Twisted Minds.
Yeah, Twisted Minds. Are
But-
they still? They're still the same team?
No, they picked
No.
up Mawson. It's Mawson, Sinzo, and SMW.
I mean, they're a good team. They're a good team. They can also
I just,
probably potentially make it, but it's gonna be tough. It's always gonna be tough to overcome the other two teams. There's an opportunity where they can win. I mean, there's a world where Twisted Minds could take a spot, but it's just very unlikely. It's not gonna be as interesting as last year where it really was Falcons Rule 1, and even on that last split, it was Twisted Minds was up there too. Remember, it's Twisted Minds. I think they had destiny in their own hands, and they ended up getting reverse swept or something by former Rule 1, who are now basically
Yeah.
Falcons. So.
Yep.
Yeah, Twisted Minds would have been represented in that spring major, and you would never had that Rule 1 versus Vitality 14-minute overtime. So you got to take that into account, but I do think it's just gonna be Falcons rule 1, both make at least the first one. Now,
I agree.
then you got the two big boys. I believe we went through everybody, but the two big boys. Which region would we like to start with first, gentlemen?
I would say let's save NA for last.
Okay, you want to go EU. Alrighty.
Okay.
Vitality's gonna be at the land.
Yep.
Yes.
Carmine Corp's gonna be at the land.
Yep.
Yes.
Now here comes the question of the two teams. Chat, don't ask where the land is, cause I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Chat, I have no idea. Don't ask me. But the next two spots are gonna be interesting. I didn't forget about Sam. We said complexity inferior. Listen up, open up them ears.
Yeah, we did second place.
Open up them ears. Two spots at EU left. We got a BDS, we got Gentle Makes, we got Oxygen.
I'm going Gentlemates for my pick. For number 3.
He's got Gentle Mace number 3. Is Gentle Mace making the land? You got Moist as well. Forgot about Moist. Thank you, chat.
I'm sorry, Moist is not making it.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think Moist is making
I
it.
really want Joyo to be at the land, but I don't think he's gonna make it.
Yeah. I feel like they'll struggle.
I got
Yeah.
Oxygen making it.
See, I'm debating. I see the Oxygen potential. Oski's a good addition to that team. He's a good addition to that team. BDS, though, they got the Monkey Moon exotic combo.
Well, you got two spots, though.
I know. And there's two teams that have 2 top 4 players on both of them.
Who's that?
BDS and Alpine and Gentlemates.
Wait, you talking about the Shift Flop 20 list?
No, I'm talking about Worlds finals performance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because BDS, again, Monkey Moon exotic, both made top 4. Seiko and Itachi also both made top 4.
Okay, you guys are doing a lot of thinking, but not enough talking.
I'm saying, but I know Oxygen can make it. But
BDS Gentlemates.
BDS Gentlemates is what Raul was wrong with.
I think I got to work with Raul on this one.
Oh, no. Chat, does Oxygen make land?
Yeah,
Are you talking about Arch Goat? Exo?
I think they're gonna choke.
Oh,
no,
they are not
Chad!
rolling with you.
Chad!
The Yappers are not rolling with you. Finally, chat. Thank
Chat!
you.
Wait,
Thank
Chat,
you.
You turned on me. What are y'all doing?
Thank you.
What are y'all doing? Wait, Chat, what y'all stop forwarding?
Lock it in. Lock it in.
It's got to be with what we said, right? It's got to be BDS Gentlemates.
Not making land?
Chat finally turned on their monitors, bro. They're actually like, they're listening. They plugged in their headset. They're listening now.
Mates and Moist. I think everyone underestimates Oxygen. That's facts.
I don't know. I'm not. I think it's close. I think Oxygen can make it. But if I had
Who did this poll? It's got wrong grammar. Who filled the last 2 spots for Fall Major? What the? What the?
Wait, what?
What?
You can't vote twice. So why do we do this?
What?
Yeah, look, BDS Gentlemates. Yup, they're filling that. Look, the chat understands. They understand who the winners are here. You don't have to change anything, Bates. They get it now.
Wait, why does it also say fall major?
Yeah, who made this poll? Who made this?
Yo,
Hey, we understand the assignment, chat. You understand. BDS Gentlemates. They get it, Bates.
BDS Gentlemates?
They understand the assignment.
all right. W chat. Chat, you won today. Listen, we got that 4. We got the EU 4.
Okay. BDS Gentlemates. I think y'all are off. I think Oxygen takes one of those spots. I think
possible.
I think Oxygen's gonna take one of those spots. And then as for the fourth one, fourth one's tough. I think you got
who do
French
you have
region.
missing?
Nobody.
BDS. And
Well, no, I mean one of
Gentlemates.
them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Between BDS and Gentlemates, who's not?
Or
making
unless
that?
he has like
Oh,
Moist or
well, yeah, I don't know. BDS. I don't know. It's hard. Probably BDS over Gentlemates, maybe.
Mm.
It's tough. I think either of them. But I think Oxygen's in there. I think y'all sleep on Oxygen. EU's not as interested in NA is this year.
Well, now we need to figure out NA.
Okay, NA, here we go. You got G2 GenG, and this should both be locks.
Boom, locked in.
Boom. And then you got 2 more spots to go. You got 2 more spots for NA.
Okay.
This is tough. This one's tough. This is actually
I
tough.
believe
This is genuinely tough.
I believe that OG's gonna take one of these spots.
What?
I think OG's gonna take one of the spots.
Dad, you gotta have a rebuttal there, man. You called them on fraud watch.
We'll get to that later.
I think OG's gonna take one of the spots for the first land. I got belief in the boys.
Oh, like I really like want to say that pick too. Like I really like want to have faith in OG. I
got faith in OG. I think they take a spot, and then the second spot is close. Cause to me, the second spot can go to SSG, LG, or M80, and I'm missing somebody.
I think Dig.
There you go. Dig's the 4th spot. Dig's in there as well. I think I'm gonna go with. Man, it's tough. I think
This is crazy. There's a lot of. It's just a lot of possibilities. You got TSM.
I already told you I'm not rooting for M80 this year, so nobody should expect me. I'm not rooting for him. I'm rooting for nothing but North Americans the whole entire time. Just I'm rooting for nothing but Limitless and all the SSA teams.
I like the TSM fans. There's a lot of good TSM fans in here. I see y'all.
TSM ain't making no dang land right now, bro. Y'all tripping. Y'all hard tripping.
They beat your OG.
That's great. That's
He
fantastic.
said they won't do it again. Did they do it in ROCS?
Yes, this is
They
pause.
did do it in ROCS.
Yes, this is an ROCS result.
Oh snap!
They did beat him in ROCS, actually. They beat him already. They handled him. I think that, honestly, man. I mean, you could go with.
Dang, it's crazy how NRG's not in the conversation anymore. That's wild.
NRG is in the conversation. They can make it.
Nah, okay, buddy.
And see, like,
No, they
SSG's
can't.
tough because LJ's him.
I don't see
SSG, but
making
like,
it
you just
now.
know what LJ can do. So
Yeah.
it's just like SSG, but then LG. I kind of like LJ. Kind of like Cheese. I kind of like him this year.
I like Cheese too, man.
I like Cheese, man. I like what Cheese can do. You got Captain. You got Captain Slater. It's really the question of what the Bears gonna bring to the table. What's the Bear gonna bring to the table?
I think Magic Bear is the biggest question mark there. I was doing an event over the course of the off season with NA teams and 6-mans, and we were listening to comms.
Then you got
Cheese's
Shopify.
comms is really good.
You got Shopify though.
I'm not big on Shopify, to be
Not big on
honest.
Shopify?
Oh
Mm-mm.
no.
Why?
I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't know what it is. Like I don't think they're ready yet. I just don't think they're ready yet. I don't think they're gonna be. I don't think they're gonna be consistent.
But they can be really good.
Like they
Like
can
Justin,
be sure.
2Ps,
Yeah,
and Parf. Like they're all really
the peak
good.
is there. Yeah, like if they get it working together and stay consistent, like
All right.
I
Listen,
don't see it working.
Chad, I'm gonna give y'all my fan top 4. Like, here's there's the ideal top 4 from NA. If you're a fan from North America, you're gonna want G2 GenG, you're gonna want Luminosity, and then you're gonna want NRG or OG. But then I'm gonna give you the real list. Here, I'm locking mine in before these two do. G2 GenG, give me OG, and then for my 4th, give me Dignitas. Give me Dignitas. Give me Dignitas 4.
OG dig.
Yeah,
See, now
give
if I would have said that, they would have thought I was biased because of my roommates. But
Give me Dig 4. I like
I'm
that.
a go G2 GenG Luminosity.
Okay, I like Luminosity. If I didn't go Dig, I would have went Luminosity.
Luminosity.
Okay.
Dignitas.
Dignitas? Ooh. Okay.
I'm going. This is hard, man. I don't
This is just so fun though. EU is really boring. Actually, all the regions are low key boring. And I'm not even trying to be biased. I'm just saying that NA's got a lot of teams that can compete for top 4. Now, I'm not gonna say that NA gonna walk up in there and start winning all the lands. EU, they might just win all the lands this year. I'm gonna concede. They might just win them all again. But I'll tell you this though. And for the regionals, For online purposes, it's gonna be a bloodbath at NA. It's just gonna be fun. It's just gonna be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
Sam
it
is
will.
stacked. Okay. Listen now. I hear y'all. Sam is
Stacks,
stacked.
yeah.
Sam's probably the second. Like Sam's got some real good teams that can compete with Plex and Furia. In my mind, it just feels like Complexity. It's definitely a foregone conclusion to make the lands, and it just feels like Furia. But I might be surprised. I'm talking about just teams that can make the land spots. Cause we're acting like G2, GenG are guaranteed, but it's not though.
Yeah, I mean, one of them could completely flop. Like one of them could completely flop.
It's not guaranteed. NA just got really good teams. And like she just got really good teams.
Yeah.
And in terms of entertainment value this year, Chad, I think I would advise y'all watch NA. I think you watch Sam second.
I think you watch EU on Sundays.
I think you watch EU on Sundays. Ain't no other reason to watch EU.
I can't wait for the Johnny Boy podcast on this. Yeah, I was watching First Touch and it said EU was so boring. But I mean, you got a lot of good teams in the EU. Team 3, Mark by 8, Rizx, Catalysm, come on. Redemption, Astro, Ivy Cash. Like, what are they talking about? I'm expecting it. I really am expecting it. No disrespect to Johnny, but
okay. So what's your 4 spots? It's tough though, bro. I mean,
I don't think people are gonna like mine.
Okay, that's why he's scared. He don't want people not to like it. What's your top?
Well, GenG, G2, Dig, and M80.
I think people are gonna love that.
Oh, well, I don't know.
People love Weiwei.
I love Weiwei too. I want to see Weiwei back on land, but it's tough. I want to stress that this is very hard because I see potential. I do see a lot of potential. This is gonna be really close. I feel like I could be wrong. I'm okay with that. But yeah, that's where. Oh, thank you, chat. I appreciate you, chat. Chat was actually really nice.
Look at him. He was so scared about the chat. If he were reading it, he would have seen that they're all wanting everybody to pick it. Maybe it would work. So honestly, he probably got the fanfare. So just to recap, the Mars got G2, GenG, M80, and who?
Dig.
And Dig. Ooh, we all have Dig? Oh, no, we curse Dig. Poor Dig. Okay, then...
But we all have G2 and GenG too.
Yeah, but they're a little bit more comfortable.
Okay.
G2, GenG, for me and Raul, both got Dig. I went OG, and Raul went Luminosity. So none of us picked Shopify, who very well could make it.
Yep.
Only one of us picked M80. People are talking about Muffin Man. Chad, that's an outside looking in. I think that Muffin Man is a team that can compete, but making a land, make a top 4, that's a little different. I think NRG's got a better chance than Muffin Man to make land. I think NRG, I mean, they're outside looking in, but it's not likely.
Yeah.
Who else is there?
TSM, I think
TSM has outside looking in. I think they're gonna be like a 10 team. But it's just like taking them 4 is just gonna be tough. And then SSG is the big one. No one's picked SSG.
Yeah.
The
they
first
could also
one.
definitely come through and make.
And SSG could definitely make it.
Yeah.
So NA's good, bro. NA's really good.
Yeah. Those spots are gonna be tough.
NA is really good, and we probably didn't even say all the teams, to be honest.
No, we didn't. So
That's
this weekend's gonna be fire. The weekend's gonna be fire.
Imagine the storylines where the young guns and the snowman, Scribbles, Reveal, and Frosty go crazy.
If that happens, oh my gosh,
that would be insane.
All right, let's move on to MENA. I actually we've been having so much fun with you guys that I didn't even pay attention to the time. Rule 1 and Falcons flip rosters. Ahmad and Khaled reunite on Rule 1. Let's take a look at those highlights real quick. If you did not watch or if you didn't pay attention to the offseason, it just looks like these two teams like swap people around. But Rule 1 is going to be Ahmad, Whippo, and Khaled. And Falcons are going to be TRK and the Twins. Yeah, look at this double.
Still doing what he does. KMK, listen, the hand was up a little late. He already got your red. And honestly, I think that Rule 1's going to be the better team out of these two teams this year. I also just thought last year that Falcons was the better team than Rule 1. I don't know. I'm just really big. Oh, my God. Double reset in tourney. Y'all know I'm an Ahmed fanboy, though, so you got to take that into account.
Who are they playing against? Zone.
I mean, that's
like
good
zone
defense,
coverage, bro. That needs to be man.
Listen,
okay.
that was good defense right there. It was just better offense. Better offense right here, too. A better offense right here too. Oh, look at
He's
that.
too slow. Put a
He
hand
got
up.
him.
Oh
I mean,
my
that's
goodness.
just a
Stay
great
on the
play by
backboard.
Newfo,
Stay on the backboard.
Great pass by Newfo though. Listen, he didn't even take the initial shot. Put it up high. Oh wait, we don't see it again. We see a Cali goal. I think this Rule 1 squad, man, they got a lot of potential, and I absolutely just love the fact that both of these squads, or at least 2 of these squads, Rule 1, Falcons, maybe a Twisted Minds. I love how all these
Ew.
teams are gonna have a good shot at playing in international lands and competing. Cause I do think that having both of them there, it's gonna give them a little bit more it's gonna take some pressure off them for the online regionals, and it's gonna allow them to really focus more so on getting prepped for the land, getting ready to all online perform. I think they're gonna really be able to do some damage.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, I feel pretty similar to that. Like we've been talking about MENA over the course of this show already, and seeing the strength of both Rule 1 and Falcons I mean, it's definitely well noted. So we'll see how things go for MENA. Let's zero in on NA for a little bit. NA Qualifier 1 is coming up this weekend. And the flip does have a quote for me. OG is on fraud watch. Quote by Dazarin. I said this on stream after watching OG be the last team to qualify in. They went 5 games. What I believe the team was called Leftovers. I'm gonna just double check on that. But the reason why I said that is not to call them frauds. I don't think that they are frauds, so to speak. But I do have my eyes on them for consistency's sake. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little mad watching that last series that they played against. They played against Taroko, Cam, and Daunt. Now, of course, those names are people know those names if you've been watching Rocket League for a while. But they should not be going 5 games against them.
Why?
This is a team that you look at where every single one of these players came from. One came from G2. G2 stopped playing with JNaps anymore. V1 stopped playing with Com anymore. GenG let go of Noli. Everybody on this team should be having something to prove. This should be, if Bates is talking about OG in the conversation, it has to be being shown from the jump. Squeaking in.
They made it.
Squeaking in. Barely made it. They barely made it.
I like
And
that. Let's take it the word barely because they made it. So barely doesn't
They
matter.
barely made it. Lower bracket, last seed or second to last seed, they barely made it. They were second seed at first until they lost until TSM.
Vitality barely beat Carmine and at the World Championship. Okay.
Was Vitality ever in a lower bracket going up against a team like Cam, Taroko, and Daunt?
Was Vitality in the lower bracket of the Spring Major?
Did they go against Cam, Taroko, and Daunt?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does.
They were in the lower bracket.
Yes, it does. It does.
Did they win?
Did they go? Who did they go against?
Bro, you tell me this. Does it matter if you barely won or is the fact that you won?
I think it's the fact that you won, but
Wait. No. Let's do the 100-meter, for example. Does it matter that Tyson Gay ran a 9.72? Or does it matter that Usain Bolt ran 9.68?
It was close.
But who won, though? So who cares about all these adjectives? It's about winning. A win is a win.
Yeah, and they should have won against TSM, but they lost.
All it matters.
Would you say OG's a better team than TSM?
All it matters is that they make top 16.
Is that I don't think that's all that matters to them.
It's about getting to the top 16.
I mean, you got to be worried about it. If you're struggling against...
If we're talking about major contention teams, I'm not talking about if they're good or no. No, I know they're all good players. We are talking 4 spots from North America. There are only 4. If you want to be a team to make those 4 spots, you cannot show weakness this early. This is tight. We just sat here arguing about which one of these teams are going to make it. This is tight. It is like... And everybody has a feel of an argument. If OG are not definitively better than a lot of these teams, and they should be, that's why I'm looking at them right now. That's why I feel this way, because I know what all of them are capable of doing. And OG, it's up to you this weekend to show that right out the gate. This should be the GenG OG match should go the distance, because Noli's playing against his ex team. He should be in there in that lobby, ready to take it to him. And I'm on GenG. I'm expecting that. They need to show everybody what they can do.
Is Dig on Fraud Watch?
No.
Why?
Because they've won 2 tournaments leading up to this event. They lost a game. A game.
Who? Since you want to
Rizzo, Alpha Cap, and Turbo.
Oh, yeah. I wouldn't bring that up either if I were you. I would try to keep that on the down low.
I wouldn't care.
Cam, Don, Taroko, or Rizzo, Alpha Cap, and Turbo?
I mean, listen, we might have to set up the show match. That'd be some good content for them.
Yeah. I will move the post too. Yeah, it doesn't fit your argument.
No, I'm not moving the post because. But did they lose?
Oh, now you want to do this?
But did they lose in the upper bracket? Did they lose? Who did OG lose to in the upper bracket? They lost to TSM. Is TSM? What's so funny?
You're a funny guy.
I know. I understand.
You're a funny guy. You wanna bring up that fact that Dignitas beat the Muffin Man and OG went up against TSM.
You brought up them losing a game.
I was just what?
You brought up Turbo Cheeks winning a game in OT.
The point I'm making is that the open qualifiers are tough. Everybody at that point is gonna be good. OG having the scrap and fight and claw to beat that Cam squad, that's a quality win. Okay, it's not gonna be easy just to make it. If OG went up against the Muffin Man and Dignitas went up against TSM, maybe Dignitas would have had the scrap and claw against it. That all just came down to seeding. TSM had to play OG. OG played TSM had to play OG, and then Dignitas had to play Muffin Man. That's the key distinction. They're both made top 16. How are they on Fraud Watch? Let's see what they do this weekend. Every single series is gonna.
It feels like you just didn't hear what I said.
No,
my conversation is not about if they're not a good team or if they're not deserving to be top 16. They are deserving to be top 16. But these are all players who can make majors.
Okay.
Noli won a major. JNaps won a major. Calm won Gamers 8.
I'm trying to see the point here.
Okay, well, if you don't see it, then we can't. I'm not gonna sit here and spell it out. It's just these guys should be maybe making major contingent teams. I want to see that this weekend. If not, then I can't put them in that conversation of teams that can make the major.
All because they won Game 5 with Cam?
I think his point is that they're major contending players that are struggling against players that didn't make the regional. That's it. They're major contending players that struggled against players that didn't make the regional.
Okay, we'll see this weekend. I think saying Fraud Watch is crazy. They're top 16 right now.
Well, you did. I even though I said it, it seemed like you just didn't hear why I said that. So that's okay. Let's talk more about just first round matchups. We don't have a lot of time here. Dignitas, Shopify, first round matchup here. Lots of implications. Ooh, wasn't it Sam? Yeah. What's going on, Ben? All right, we'll still stick to Dig Shopify. For NA, how do we feel about the strength of the schedule for those first round Swiss matches?
I think that. I mean, it's just solid. It's just first round Swiss. The only good games. I don't even know what the good games are. Dignitas versus Shopify.
GenG OG. We were just talking about it.
GenG
OG,
the
biggest one.
Could be a good game, but GenG should win that one. So I think it's just really gonna be implicative of the Dig versus Shopify. That's gonna be a good starter matchup for both of them. I think for the most part, the favorites are the other ones are gonna win. So I think it's just round 2.
Yeah, I think you want to keep your eyes on GenG OG. I think that's a big underdog game for Noli there to come back and prove that he shouldn't have been dropped.
Yeah, I think I'm in agreement with that. That's gonna be the one I feel like everybody's gonna have the 0 matchup. I think if for the RLCS stream, maybe they pull that one in first on Friday. But yeah, definitely keep an eyes on that GenG OG and honestly the Dig Shopify. I do want to see it, when we're finally here at this event, how they actually come out and shape up. So there's a lot of definitely good, interesting first round matchups. I mean, seeing if Snowman play NRG will be a good one. We'll have to see when it gets to this weekend. So keep it locked in. And of course, our Q1 or our Open Qualifier 1 RLCS winners this weekend. Who will win the first NA qualifier of the season?
Oh, I'll say it. G2.
I mean, we all knew that was coming.
Yeah, but you're going to say G2 as well.
I'm saying GenG.
I'm
Oh,
not
shocker.
saying G2.
Who are you going to say then?
GenG.
Oh,
Thank you. Thank you.
okay. Okay. That's interesting. Chat thinks it's going to be M80. I don't know why. All right, who's next?
Okay. Sam. What do you have in
Sam,
Sam?
complexity.
I'm going Furia.
Oh. Where you going, Raul?
I'm going Fury as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. Y'all are 0 for 2 on 2 picks already. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Mina's next.
I got rule 1.
I got rule 1.
I got
Finally.
Falcons.
Raul's 0 for 3. Raul's 0 for 3. NA is this weekend. All the teams every region is this weekend besides EU. Somehow EU's got the solo spot.
They got the
I don't know
bye
what they did to deserve that, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, keep moving.
OCE. Pioneers.
Pioneers.
All right. APAC.
Realize.
Gladiators.
Realize.
So same thing. We're all saying
Yeah.
gladiators.
And then SSA. Limitless. There we go.
Mhm.
I got all my picks in.
Can we show all the picks on the screen, please?
Start.
There you go.
Oh man, y'all are wrong about NA. Wrong about Sam. Demar, finally you got something right on Mina. Good job. And after that, it's just clean sweep across the board everywhere. I like that. I like these picks. I like my picks. I think I'm 6 for 6. 6 for 6. Cash
Of course
it in.
you do.
Huh?
I said, of course you do.
I mean, I know I am though.
Like I said, there's a reason GenG hasn't been playing, man. They're saving that honeymoon period for this weekend. I don't think they'll be the best team at the end of the season, but they're gonna start off hot.
No comment.
It's 6 for 6. Hey, we got any cases to do on the line or something for next weekend after I come back 6 for 6, like Jordan?
I'm glad you said Jordan. I'm glad you said that. Like Jordan.
The GOAT.
That's my GOAT. That's
Because I am the GOAT. Base never wrong. Hashtag base never wrong. You know what to do, baby. 6 for 6. Confident in it. When we come back next Wednesday, I'm going to be good to go. By the way, these shows are 2 hours now. I think we hit our time slot. And 2 hours is a long time.
Mm-hmm.
We did. I actually ended up speeding things up because we were going to go past this. So appreciate that. And we all appreciate you guys in chat as well. You guys have been so interactive. We've been seeing everything you guys have been talking about on the show. It means a lot to us as well to see you guys come in, show up, and show out for First Touch. So thank you guys so much. And then we'll have this uploaded a little bit later. But of course, we're getting ready to close out. Final thoughts, closing thoughts, guys, as we get ready for the weekend.
It's a great first show. And let's keep it up for the rest of the season. We're going to be here. And also, this weekend's about to be exciting as ever. Catch it all live. Right here. Go ahead,
I
baby.
stood up for 2 hours for you guys. And I gave you all the facts that you needed for 2 hours. Welcome.
Okay. He's spinning. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the first episode of First Touch Season 4. On behalf of Psyonix Epic, thank you guys for allowing us to broadcast this on the twitch.tv/Rocket League channel, as well as thank you to everybody who helps build this show day in and day out. We appreciate all the hard work that you guys put in to make this successful. And of course, the fans. We appreciate you and all the love you guys show us on socials as well as on the show chat. We will be back next week to talk more Rocket League action. Till then, see you this weekend. 1, 2, toodaloo. See you guys.